Have not started. Oh no. Oh, okay. Okay. Ron, does that mean that we have begun?
We are live.
Oh, snapperdoodles. Welcome everybody to the Final Friday pregame show where I'm going to teach you how to get set to listen to some of the best poetry you've ever heard. First, get a martini shaker and put two ice cubes in it. Oh my God. I forgot the most important element of this, which is the gin. One second. Always have your gin close to the machine on which you're viewing. My personal favorite is Monkey 47. And you want to take, you want to fill this top guy up. You want to do it twice. And while you mix it up, you want to have some good conversation. We have a lot of dope special guest judges, and I want to introduce you to all of them. First, I want to introduce you to an old friend of mine, one of the best writers, one of the best curators. I saw her and I was like, oh, if I ever curate, this is the person that I want to curate. She goes by the name of Masterpiece, and I hope young Masterpiece is ready for me to literally put her on the spot, under the spotlight. Ron and Tech homies, can y'all connect me with homie young Masterpiece? Time, get some vermouth. Oh, there she go. Masterpiece! How are you doing, my friend?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I am well worn. Poetry Month was quite a doozy. Did
Yeah.
you do anything special for Poetry Month?
I actually, you know what? I actually just sat down for a change. Usually I'm across the world somewhere, but I actually sat down and relaxed this month.
Yeah, so if you
So,
don't know, Masterpiece runs a series called Flow for the Love of Words, and it's an
yeah.
international joint. So yeah, fill the small guy up with vermouth. And yeah, yo, Masterpiece has bars on bars on bars. Masterpiece will battle anybody. Um, but Masterpiece will also descend from on high to judge a slam every once in a while. But Masterpiece, I was wondering, what in your view, just for like all the poets and whatnot, what do you require for a poet to receive a perfect 10 from you?
A perfect 10 to me is a poet that is able to channel their emotions with exceptional writing and performance and delivery. So once those are all combined to me, and I'm able to actually feel and see the words, feel the emotions, and receive the delivery, and that poet is able to draw me into what it is that they're talking about. That to me is a perfect 10.
Mm. Kind of drawing me in with just that description. Forgot what I was doing. Fill the small guy up with olive brine, unless you hate olives, in which case I don't know what to tell you. Multitasking. Masterpiece.
Yes.
I know your poems are fire. Any chance I could ask you to bless the New Rican audience, etc., with one of those masterpiece bangers? A masterpiece, if you will.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yes!
I've
Oh, I'm so hyped.
I'm gonna do a new poem that I just wrote yesterday.
What?
And so this is a super exclusive.
New
Nobody's ever
shit.
heard this poem except for y'all. So
New
with
shit.
I've been writing like my life depends on it. Writing like my words be the only proof of architecture when the rapture comes, like if a simple earthquake could shatter every line and my brain could no longer unscramble the words to describe how I weathered the storms. I'm producing script that be an epitaph for my legacy to be carved. I've been writing like my son's breath depends on it. Writing like my words are the full armor of God when his father tried to kill me when he was in my arms. I'm writing these words like these words are the only proof I have to save myself and live another day. My lungs are collapsed, so if I don't breathe through paper like my mother won't live another day today because she's in so much pain. Like my father won't ever see me walk down the aisle. I'm not writing because I got something to say. I'm writing because I have stuff to bury, because I got trauma and PTSD knocking at my door. Some days depression raids my mind and arrests my thoughts with no warrant. I'm writing like my bond is set to 1 million, and this poem is $1 million baby, and I got 1 million experiences that cost me 1 million wounds, and I'm trying to cash out today. I'm writing because this is what I've been called to do, and every time I don't answer, God leaves me a voicemail to remind me to write. Like my prayers won't be answered if I don't. Like someone else's prayers won't be answered if I don't. I'm writing like I'm saving someone from themselves with my pen, my words, my performance, my brand, my name. I'm writing because I can't afford not to. I can't afford to live another minute, hour, or day without knowing where the next dime is coming from. My poems are invoices sent from the invoices in me, words transacted into action, and I need to keep all my receipts. If I don't, it's taxing, and I'm not trying to owe taxes. I'm writing from my heart. I'm writing like it ain't no cardiologist to save me. Writing because love hates me, and I'm still trying to love. I'm still loving the wrong people, so I write. I pen letters to every version of myself that I've abandoned. It's like a deliverance I can't be delivered from. I'm too busy sending myself into pools of metaphors and similes, drenching myself in personification, bathing myself in alliteration, dipping haikus, and getting baptized in entendres. I love this life. I travel the world so I can plant my words in different countries, stamping my passport so I can passports with portions of me, pass poems in different languages, writing so I can let literature live. I'm writing because I don't know how else to live. I don't know where my pain can go. I don't know where to check my grief case. I just know the only thing I'll ever do correctly is write.
No, did you say grief case?
Yeah,
Like briefcase, but grief?
yeah.
Y'all really don't understand. Like every once in a while, Masterpiece does something that I just know that I'll never be able to do in my entire life. Grief case? I have so much grief, and I never thought grief case. Brilliant. And if y'all don't follow her on IG and Facebook, I'll lemon juice, by the way. You need to, because every once in a while she'll bless you for free. I'm like, oh, there's no way that this bar should be free. But Masterpiece has one of the best brands as well in the poetry world. A lot of people can make a great poem, but not everybody can make a great brand. And she'll show
Thank
you how to
you.
do this,
Thank
son.
you. I
Friend, it
appreciate
is
it.
so great to have you. Thank you. I know we tried to get you last time in Noviembre, but you was booked and busy. So glad that you could land with us today.
Yes, absolutely. I'm glad to be here.
All right, homie. So everybody else, I wanted to say, welcome to the pre-game show. If you're in the Zoom, thank you for joining us. I think Jasmine's telling y'all if you want to sign up for the lottery, how to do that. Sign up for the lottery, DM your name to Lottery Jasmine G, and I hope that you all do it. Why not? Get a shot to win $100 today. That is in a few months. That'll be a couple of Tesla stocks. So get your 100. Okay. So that is Young Masterpiece. Next, I want to introduce you guys to a poet that I think is super amazing. There was a period of time where it's just like, oh, I could probably just kick up my feet and chill. I'm pretty good. And then I saw her do her thing, and I was like, oh no, no, no. We have to keep getting better, otherwise we're gonna get devoured. And that poet is the great Amanda Shea all day. Oh, and yeah, yeah, yeah. Can we get Amanda Shea? There she go. Amanda, what's good with you?
I just realized I had to unmute myself. Hey, you're from Boston. Y'all already know how.
You're from
Happy to be
Boston.
here. I'm happy to be here. Honored to be judging this amazing slam. That was an incredible piece, masterpiece. I could completely see why that's your name. That was incredible.
Amanda, before you continue, thank you for bringing Masterpiece up really quickly because I'm already messing up and I haven't even had two sips of this martini. Masterpiece, where can the folks find you?
They can find me everywhere. Masterpiece Poet on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Just type in Masterpiece Poet on Google and you'll be able to find me. My website is masterpiecepoetry.com.
And if you do not follow her on those spots, you're missing out. But it's your life. Do you? Sorry about that, Masterpiece. Thank you.
That's
And thank
okay.
you, Cap, for doing the spotlights. All right. But now back to the great Amanda Shea. Amanda Shea, what would you say makes a poem a perfect 10?
Honestly, I feel like Masterpiece took my answer. Like, emotion, delivery. I need to feel and be convicted by the writing. And obviously, top tier writing is always, the goal. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm realizing like my internet's a little janky right now. I'm looking a little fuzzy. Masterpiece, how do you get your screen so clear? Sis? Like, how is your screen? But yeah, that's what I feel like. Delivery, emotion, I'm always for feels. So that will get a perfect 10 from me.
Okay, so get in the feels, poets, to get the 10 from the great Amanda Shea. You featured with us last year at the Puerto Rican Traveling Theater, right?
I sure did back in November of 2024.
Yeah. November, was it?
I feel like it was November. Time
November, we were virtual. It couldn't be that. Oh man, I gotta think. But I know it was at some point,
it
and
was in
you
2024 though. We're just gonna keep it 2024. We're just gonna keep it there.
yeah, and you freestyled from the crowd all the way up to the stage. It was pretty dope.
Thank you.
Well, speaking of, any chance we could get one of them Amanda Shea all day poems?
I'm gonna follow Masterpiece's lead with some new shit. Can we do new shit?
Ooh,
Where's
shit.
my kids were on here? Fresh veggies. Um, get Yeah, we gotta do fresh veggies. This is brand new. Nobody's heard this before. I'm actually gonna perform it on May 3rd, in Philly at my VIP Voices in Power feature. So here it goes. We'll see what y'all think. Um, oh Father, forgive me for I have sinned. I want to talk to God, but I'm having an issue confessing my concessions around religion. Hear my cries. Church culture baptized me in sin, told me no matter how perfect I pray, praying while doing the devil's work is still sin. Had 2 children out of wedlock, locked out of the pearly gates. When I tip my head in prayer, I hear whispers of how the tip of a head impregnated me. Non-marital birth, not practicing abstinence, absent parents is no excuse for having illegitimate babies through this body. Their fathers, bastards. Give me 1 second, sorry. Their fathers, bastards. Bodies should be a temple. No, it's an empty safe haven. My home, broken like cathedral windows, cascading broken dreams, more like a kaleidoscope. I mean, I'm also a rainbow baby. Never mind. Focus on one crime. I mean, one sin at a time. How dare I ask for heaven when living in hell? Me looking to escape judgment while being judged. I quit trying to be deemed good, yet there are no acquitted souls. The ritual of carrying rosemary beads while steeping rosemary over a hot stove. Maybe I had hot hands, told not to touch, to do what was said and not what was done. My actions, carrying a Bible that feels like it pushes me to the edge of its pages, blurred eyes reading through the sermons, hoping to be saved. My tattoos, reading scriptures down my arms, the ink bleeds into my veins and I'm a walking scripture, resurrected through my flesh, hoping the weight of the writing can carry me to God. I can be patient, but I can't wait to grieve my dead body as if I haven't buried it 1,000 times. The prototype of a carcass of Christianity and Catholicism, an ex-Bible thumper, engulfed in guilt, layered in the covenant, punching the earth, trying to crawl to the center of where my decisions lie, illusions of a prophecy. Choking from the silence of Humes, I disobeyed, no mercy for the wicked, left for dead, blasphemous, controlled chaos within the reverence of respect and dignity to uphold the righteousness I was bred into. Angels are not to be worshipped. Washed in Christianity that says you pray directly to God and not to the disciples. Discipline your flesh and hope to be washed over in your holiness. Discretionary acts of disobedience, disorienting my mind, body, and spirit, and ain't that the Holy Trinity? Crucified on my own cross, suffering in the bondage as if applying band-aids, bathed in darkness of trying to get right, but be so wrong. Catholic organs, playing games with my organs, my heart felt every keystroke, stroked in the middle of the night by perpetuators who displayed my body as Jezebel. Church bells still rattle my insides of me still leaking from the attacks, spelling out trauma I've tried to dispel. In the beginning was the word, and I broke mine. I swear to God, I will never swear or curse again to not be a living curse. Cursive penmanship cannot erase the wrongdoing. No matter how much I pen my spirit out of this body, the wind will not be hero. Vilified as fetus from the start of my conception, and there's no proof of that. My mama only bears that truth of teenage pregnancy that wasn't supposed to be carried to full terms. And I guess I should come to terms with not being wanted, seeking answers and attention through sexual liberation. And I only harmed myself. Everyone got to walk away as I levied the plight of my children on my own shoulders. But the bow breaks. The kneeling stops asking for forgiveness. Needing closure with God is asking for all the skeletons to be let out of a closet. And my, don't they hang? The brokenness cannot be mended by a public lynching. Only repentance through repetition of reciting the same poem over and over, hoping I release all of my sins. Poem. Thank you.
Amanda, Shay, all day. Where can we find you? Oh, you muted. Hold on, I'm gonna ask you to unmute.
Oh, I
Okay.
got it. I got it. Thank y'all. Whoa. You can find me at Amanda Shea all day. That's Shea like butter for all my melanated peoples. Please don't play me. I love y'all. Thank y'all.
And so many bars is in there. What you said, like the Bible pushing you to the edge of its pages, man. Yo, one of these days I'm gonna write something with you if you ever have time. It's gonna be a blast. But thank you for joining us today. And it's always a pleasure anytime we get to link up. Thank you so much for judging today. And to share, y'all. Okay, another thing. We are virtual, but we are still here. If you have us playing in the background, great. I'm happy to bring you a lovely soundscape to your evening. However, if you're in the Zoom with us and you're in the chat and you hear a bar that you like, please type that in the chat. Yes, these are the judges, and they're used to their work being affirmed. But a lot of them are doing new work and don't know, what they like, what y'all like. So you can let us know by typing the exact bar or what. If you can't remember word for word, you can brutalize it and just do your best. And if that's too much, just put some fire emojis or something in the chat. But also, again, if we're just in the background, that's 100% cool too. Speaking of, I'm gonna move on to my good sis, Chavez Bishop. Chavez, you with us today? You Shavizi? There she go. Hey! Oh, there we go.
Hi.
Yo, I feel like I never see you now.
You unfortunately are correct.
You stay in Brooklyn. You just be in Brooklyn.
I live here, yes. It's a whole situation to get outside of Brooklyn. With these congestion prices that apparently are a federal issue.
Yo, we get rid of him in November, right?
Listen, sooner?
What? Yeah, all of them. Okay, Shabay. For those who don't know, so the New Eurekan Poets Cafe is an instrumental institution to a lot of artists, myself included. And in addition to the poems, and Chavez has wonderful poems, but in addition to the poems, there's a whole culture to the New Eurekan. And my coming up from like 2010 onward, Chavez has been a cultural pillar to the institution. Um, Always finding the right judges. I'm still trying to learn to find judges as well as you do. It is hard. And I'm really like I appreciate you so much more now. Chavez low key has determined so much New Eurekan slam history by picking judges that do not suck, and it is such a hard thing.
It
Um,
is.
the stories that you have shaped, the destinies and the careers that you have shaped, and on top of that, poetry can bring out a lot in a person, and it can be very taxing on one's body. There have been times where I have pushed myself to the limit and then to a new limit and then a new limit. And then Chevet's like, all right, homie, let me fix you up. Chevet's got the magic hands, one of the greatest massage therapists in the world. I've been all over the world. Poetry has taken me many places. I've had many massages. but none better than from Cheve Bishop. Very healing. And in fact, you are you taking new clients now?
Always, always taking new clients. So I'm both a massage therapist and a Reiki practitioner. I've
Right.
been practicing massage for 13 years and Reiki for 7 years. Yes, our favorite number for me to say. So for 7 years now, I've been practicing Reiki, and I put the two together. And actually, since I was prepared for y'all and trying to do, I haven't been writing as much, but I did write a little something that puts a little some of that together. So I wrote
Oh my
it
God.
just like as we were waiting. So it's
I'm so
not,
excited.
y'all, it's a 1 minute situation. Okay. I'm gonna let y'all know. It's not a slam ready situation like we got from Masterpiece and Ashley, but listen, it is a poem. It is a
Shabay, if
poem.
you don't give us that 1 minute poem because we run a long time anyway. So this is a blessing. You always do the exact right thing. All right, go ahead.
All right. So this is part of my 30/30. So ancestral gifts, laying on of hands, teacher, midwife, nurse, poet. My Nineveh is massage powered by Reiki, the meeting of these gifts, hands on learning, reintroduction to the power in each of us, to the ways our bodies are mapped. When asked about their pain, everyone follows, I don't know what I did with exactly what happened. And the answer is life, how we've moved through it, best we can, or at least surviving. The answer is we ain't living the way life was designed. The answer is our bodies are constantly fighting towards solution while being driven by problems. The answer is every revolution is only as powerful as its healing. The answer is everything is connected. That's my little 1 minute poem.
Babe, you don't get that published somewhere. Yo, nah, that was fantastic. That might be one of my that might be one of my favorite Shabay poems, if not my favorite. What did you say after fighting for solutions but driven by problems? And then what was after that?
Oh, let me scroll. Oh, by dream by problem. The answer is every revolution is only as powerful as its healing.
That's crazy. Speaking of healing, how can they find you so they can get the healing hands?
You can find me, the best way is Instagram at Unique Composition, all one word, all lowercase. I'm not trying to spell anything different. Unique and composition can be complicated by themselves. And I post my hours weekly. And I do virtual sessions. So I do distance Reiki and I do guided self massage. I do workshops. So I also do events. I have a chair and a table. So if y'all want somebody to come through with the hands, or if you want somebody to like decompress the people you work with, have a little like a moment of reintroducing yourself to yourself and figuring out what's going on, tapping into yourselves, call me. I love doing that shit.
Yo, okay, so please follow Shabay at Unique Composition if you're in the New York area.
Actually,
Def I
anywhere, because like I said, virtual. I've
yes,
done international.
y'all
I'll wake up.
need to get this work. I'm telling you, nothing. I heard core memories, to be honest.
Thank you.
You're missing out if you international greats like Amanda Shea, Masterpiece, also such we can core energy in the form of a bishop. Thank you for today. Oh, uh-oh.
Hello.
Yikaroonies. Am I am I bad? Sorry. Okay, I'm gonna keep it moving. I want to introduce y'all to it's like all women judges. But no, we also have a New Eurekan host who's going to judge with us. His name is Elemental. Elemental, you with us? Oh, let me ask you to unmute. Bam.
Yeah, there we go. What's good, good people?
What up?
Is everyone going on? What's good, Tony Mac? Looking like the flyest host in the Zoom verse. I'm telling you, I don't know if that's Ferragamo or what it is, but you and that martini are fly. I mean, fly as a cloud, sir. Just saying. Just saying.
I appreciate that, man. With your iconic voice.
Listen, tonight is sure to be an amazing, spectacular event of some of the greatest poets in the world. I'm sure. I'm sure. What you see in the background is my son. My daughter's here too. Mom's is here. It's an entire family event. Shout out Dr. Z Page, greatest community in the world. You know what it is. Listen, let me tell y'all a couple things. One, a perfect 10 poem this evening is one that moves the universe, right? It's one of those things that you're like, oh my God, did everyone just feel those goosebumps? Did everyone just feel the earth move, right? We've all heard poems, right? But this is that next level. There are only sharks in these waters, no chum, no chum buckets allowed, right? Y'all are all absolutely amazing. I'm looking forward to every single artist this evening. Listen, sir, you keep eating those olives like that, they're gonna give you a sponsorship. For real. For real. That dude is just fly as hell. So, if I may hit you with this poem, it's a quick one. It's Forge Master. I think y'all have heard these poems, huh? I've been writing these poems, maybe psalms to calm this savage heart sparked by revolutionaries buried in silence only oppressors know intimately. Suffocating DEI, call it dogmatic eugenics identity, or doing everything intensely. So I, short for we, forge master these night creatures into solutions called unity, where we fluently speak truancy in regards to jail cells, prison walls, classrooms that pretend to teach, maybe preach the gospel of conquerors. All praise good ship Jesus. Call it expedition. Creation of institution they fancy as education, blatant translation of hate on display. Yeah, I've been writing these poems. Life in these poems into existence out of resistance for all things color. As if ABC and NBC weren't kaleidoscope, always broadcasting confusion, maybe never bringing consciousness toward honest critical thinking, dreaming of genies and white Christmas that Bing Berlin to Holiday Inn, every happy ending where Coke makes cola, polar bear control a narrative. Sipping sauce in lands of lost souls, exposed to elements that bend prosperity into submission, crapped out, then tapped out. This game was rigged before the whistle, so we pray for safety to escape these retrograde deities eating high on hogs. They rack ribs, call it substance, succulent, succubus, chewing on stimulus with billion-dollar taste buds, then vomit profits that smell like pennies. Straight from a copper top that energized bunnies into GMO, that Monsanto Mephisto make it palatable, big pharma karma, because there's no money in cures, only treatments and war. Turn profits to rockets and desire to fires. Disregard every sphere from here to moon landing spaceships. Don't come equipped with rear view mirrors. They dip into 99% for luxurious pastures. Call it taxes. Habits of antagonists that present as saviors, only to savor flavors of our demise. Stay woke. Third eyes necessary for every simulacra and stimulation on our nightly display. Call it matrix assimilation. Yeah, I've been writing these poems with a pirate signal, hammer and chisel, sentinels into squid games to Morpheus minds. These agents keep blinded, make them batteries, charging architects batteries. Make 01 only one. Batteries. Make intelligence artificial, less spiritual, more refined, inclined to fall in line. Freedom is what we want, and revolution is where we'll find it. Peace, y'all.
Elemental, y'all. Elemental, where can we find you?
Yo, plug in with all things New Eureka Poets Cafe. Make sure you plug in elemental.com. Take out the T, put in the number 2, elemental.com. So many things going on. Make sure you plug in. It is going to be an amazing night. Want to know why I say that? Trust and believe. We're going to show you this evening. Come on, man.
Yo, the most electrifying man on the New Eurekan roster. Y'all check out his open mic. It's on Thursdays, I believe. There's a whole community. Would love for y'all to join it, no matter where in the world you are at. Thank you so much, Elemental, for judging my slam today. Okay, we got one more judge representing the Go, Chi-Town. Can y'all please connect me with the great She Unapologetic? Hey, there you are. What's good?
Hey everybody. I'm so
She
sorry.
Unapologetic. What are
Oh,
you
we're
sorry?
I'm not in the car anymore though. So thank God for that.
Y'all missed it earlier during sound check. She Unapologetic was in the midst of, let's say, errands. But seems to be settled now, and that's
No,
good.
it's not settled at all. My daughter slammed her finger in the car door. But we're here. We're
What
live.
what makes a poem a perfect 10 in your review? She Unapologetic.
Um for me, I'm very simple. So invite me into a world that I am completely unaware exists, but still feels familiar.
Hmm. A world that doesn't exist but still feels familiar. Interesting. Okay, so poets, keep that in mind. She Unapologetic. I remember once you and I were speaking about the different worlds between the slammers and the non-slammers, and I've seen you do both, but you prefer the non-slam worlds. I was
Yes.
wondering if you can give us one of those ethereal, non-competitive, amazing poems that you got.
Oh, without question. I am not a slam poet by any means, but I appreciate slam. I do. It was my entryway into who I am. So shout out to y'all. But I'm gonna give y'all a non-slam poem because the hell. Um, huh. I'm also gonna give you an unfinished poem because I shut up, Wesley, because I believe in unfinished poems. Uh, so here we go. I've been a performer all my life. The stage, a sanctuary city. Every set, an escape from the villainy of voicelessness. Every script, a secret portal to process my emotions, feelings I was never allowed to feel. A game where the rules are clear. Follow the stage directions. And never turn your back to the audience if you want to be heard. Whether song, soliloquy, or spoken word, I find wonder in creating new worlds, ones where love plays the lead in a libretto of liberation. But somewhere along the way, I was convinced I was better off in the background, that my curve and contralto kept me from claiming Cinderella, only stepsister, ugly and ashamed. This cantata wasn't made for me. I've been the witch in every play. I'm all rumble and rolls, a reject for roles where they prefer you light. Why can't altos be the lead, the love interest? Why can't my big bellows be worth beckoning? Is my rasp not worth the rescue? I reckon you too weak, me too heavy, too full. Forgot I am both rondo and rhapsody, repetition and freedom. I reckon you don't have the range to see me for all I am. Wrestle with envy at the way my vibrato rattles the room like the earth. Don't quake every time I hum. Rather me soft, snow white, so high, so I can't touch you in hard places. You prefer my fear of the deep, insecure that I can hit your notes better than you. My tenor makes you tremble. My growl grabs your glottis and I leave you speechless. So you gaslight me into a forced falsetto to mark my voice so you don't have to strain to sing softly. So you can ignore my pain. Told me I wasn't main stage material. Too dark for the matinee. Thought you would call curtain on my confidence. Figured my figure would finish me. Called it a grand finale yet. I am forced to remember. It ain't over until the fat lady sings.
You better get that 10. What are you talking about? Yo, we are lucky you don't slam because it would be a rapping ton for us. Curve and contralto? I don't even know what contralto means, but that was I gotta look that one up.
Okay.
She unapologetic. Where can the folks find you?
You can find me on Instagram at she.unapologetic. You can also find me at sheunapologetic.com. And yeah, you just type in she unapologetic. And ain't nobody named like man. It's long as hell.
Fair enough. Y'all gotta book this woman. I swear you will not regret it.
And
Thank
if
you
you're
for
ever in Chicago, let me know. I have a show. Uh, and I curate several shows here. So
you talking to me, you talking to the people. Mm.
very much both.
Very much so.
Very much both, brother
Okay,
Tony.
people, you heard it here first. He's got a show in Chicago. If you're ever in the go, please go and see it. Okay, y'all. Thank you, Masterpiece. Thank you, Amanda Shea. Thank you, the good sis Shabay. Thank you, Elemental. Thank you, She Unapologetic. Those are your judges for the final Friday Slam, which begins now. Welcome, everybody, to the New Year weekend final Friday Slam, the April chapter. I want to set the mood off right as we transition from the pre-show to the show. April was a doozy. We had tariffs, we had penguins, we had China, we had it was my birthday. Y'all didn't wish me happy birthday, and I will remember it for the rest of my days. It's too late to make it up. What else? Personal things happened in your life. So many April things occurred. And I want to know what our April as a community was like. So I want you to all, if you would be so kind, if you are in the Zoom chat, to create one line of poetry that summarizes your April and put that in the chat. And we're gonna make an exquisite quilt. I know it's called an exquisite corpse. I just don't like the word corpse. So we're gonna make an exquisite quilt. And I want you to type that in the chat, and then I'm gonna read it out, and we're gonna see what our April is like. But I'm not a poet. Yes, you are, poetry lovers. I know you got the journal. I know you be sliding in people's DMs with the poetry. Bring the poetry here, please. And I promise you, it'll set the night off right. While you do that, so as you guys know, the New Eurekan Poets Cafe is currently closed. Otherwise, we'd be doing this in person at the New Yo. We are currently under renovations, or as the big boss La Bruja has coined it so brilliantly, New Year Reconstruction. And during the New Year Reconstruction era, we're operating our programs in a bajillion venues, one of which being the Puerto Rican Traveling Theater. That's usually where I do my Final Friday event. But we're shoehorning ourselves into these venues, and sometimes they have shows. I asked Bruja, can we do a Thug It Out Thursdays? She said, no, Tony, I'm begging you, please stop trying to make Thug It Out Thursdays happen. So we are instead doing the virtual Final Friday. And honestly, she's right. It is the better choice. But I love that we're able to do this because it allows us to bring back people who have left and gone to explore other cities, such as Dr. Z Page, such as Daleen Santana. And I think I even saw one of my best beloved friends in the world, Stephen Willis, in the chat. I'm seeing a lot of homies in the chat, and it's so great to have you all here. It is such a blessing. And yeah, this whole chapter just shows the tenacity of New York and the tenacity of the New Eurekan Poets Cafe. Okay, but before we move on into the slam, I want to see if we put our poetry lines in the chat. Let's see here. Oh, happy belated. Nah, it's too late. It's too late. And I hold a grudge like it's my child. Okay. Mosaic is a good world. All of you are amazing. No, where is it? Okay. Oh, we got Alan Gray from the Slam Workshop. Okay. Um, our April poem as community goes as follows. April had its cold, but my heart stayed bold. Better rhyme. That was the point that made me sharp and much mightier than the sword. April babies run the world. True that. Learn about it. True that. I got locked up. No, not Wesley. We have to talk about that. I only look good on paper. Maybe that's why I'm a writer. Dr. Z Page, whirling behind, revealing in beautiful ways. April is the month of new rains, new reasons to let the sky fall before we do. Also, happy birthday. Get out of here. Happy, healthy, going strong. The polarity of spring feels like a hilarious dream, tumultuous with light at the end of winter. April was shocking. I'm still unlocking. Uh, Tony, the greatest slam teacher in the universe. Time out. Literally a fact. No one's fucking with me. Time in. I bloom in spring, along with trees and flowers and growing things. I am growing. April got me starting to play in clay. It was like breathing again. Love Cafe on Zoom, running through winter and finally resting in spring. Return to my childhood passion, no longer scared, and I did not die. A month is an artificial construct, true. Invented for landlords, true. The power company, true. The tax man, true. And the holy dollar bill, but April is my universe, and my universe is bliss. And that is where we will end our April poem. That's what April sounds like. That's what Poetry Month sounds like. I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your poetry month as it reaches the end of its chapter. Okay, y'all. We're gonna get into the slam. I just want to thank Bruja for making it happen, even though the venue is shut down. Thank you, Jasmine, for holding us down and getting everybody here on time. Thank you, Kat, for spotlighting everybody. Thank you, Paul, for making sure I don't go over time and making sure that the poets are held to the time limit. Thank you, Ron, for handling the bracket. Who am I missing? Thank you, Brian, for being gorgeous. Who else am I missing? If I missed anybody, just know that it is my head, not my heart, and I appreciate y'all. But enough of that. Tonight, our poets have been arranged into 4 head-to-head matches. And Ron, could I please get the bracket? Accidental rhyme, the best kind of rhyme. The losers will be eliminated and the winners will face one another in a semifinal match. The losers of the semifinals will join the eliminated, leaving us with our top 2 poets of the night, who will battle it out for the prize, $100, and a nomination into our Grand Slam, which takes place at the end of the year, where the grand prize is $1,000 and a chance to join the legendary Puerto Rican Slam team. And if you want a shot at those prizes, we do have a lottery slot. Please DM Jasmine G, and you can get a shot to body all these poets. Why not? You're better than them, right? So show us. I see you in there, Steven. I see you in there, Wesley. You better sign up. I want to see a Stephen Willis poem tonight, low key. Before each match begins, I will ask the poets to pick a number between 1 and 10, and whoever is closest to the number I've written down will determine the turn order. The first poet will perform and receive a score from the judges. Then the second poet will perform and receive a score from the judges as well. The poet with the higher score wins the round. In each round, the scores start at a clean slate. They are not cumulative because that is for lazy poets. I mean it with my chest. Each time a poet performs, they will have 3 minutes to perform one original poem. Since we're nice, we will give them a 10-second grace period. But if you go over 310, even by a millisecond or a nanosecond or a decasecond, I don't know what it's called, but if it's over 310, that'll be a deduction of half a point. You go over 320, another half a point deduction. You go over 330. What's the point? You need to cut it. That was not a slam poem, and you should go to an open mic. All right. The time starts as soon as you engage the audience. You can do that verbally. You can give an intro if you want, but your time has started. I don't want to hear, no, that wasn't even part of the poem. As soon as you start talking. Or if you want to sign language it, whatever, that's engaging the audience too. Your time has started. Let's see here. If the poet gets disconnected like I did earlier or experiences technical difficulties, damn, son, that's just poetry communicating through technology that it's just not your night. And sometimes it's not your night, and that's okay. But we won't be doing any do-overs because the staff needs to go to sleep. And it's me, I am staff. Okay. What else? Poets, there is no censorship. Say that shit. But no hate speech though. Or Ron will just remove you so quickly, so ghost-like. You'll be like, "Hey, what happened?" Not, I don't know what happened, homie. I don't know. No props, no nudity, no particular theme. If you want to do a poem about politics, go for it. If you want to do a poem about love, go for it. There's no thematic requirements. No track accompaniment. I mean, like I guess if you want to play an instrumental, you go ahead and do that. You will be disqualified, and I will get paid the same. So you go ahead and play that music if you want to. What else? Um, First, I want to thank the judges one more time because we cannot have a show without them. And judges are going to give scores from a 0 to a 10. If it's the worst poem they've ever heard in their life, they will give a 0. And if it is the best poem they've ever heard in their life, they'll give it a 10. And if it's mid, they will give a 5.5. And I'm going to ask the judges to be consistent. If they boo you in the comments, I mean, y'all are experts, just like, please, I'm asking you because like this, there are a lot of poets in the slam season who are trying to get to the grand slam. So you being consistent, is a huge blessing. I know like there are a lot of people who are giving it their absolute all to get in the grand slam. So just please don't start getting tens at the end of the night. And let's see here. I think that is it. Ron, Paul, Cap, am I missing anything?
You
No?
all good. Thank you.
Okay. I see you, Slim. What's up, Slim? I see you. Jan, you came. Oh my God. I'm seeing people from my slam workshop. I am so hype. I hope that y'all entered the lottery. We are also going to have an open mic as well if you want to perform and not get scored. And we will give that sign up after round 1. But without further ado, we're going to begin. I've been looking forward to this for so long. These matches are going to be crazy. We're going to witness such a good night. I'm so glad you're here with us. But to make sure that my judges are all warmed up, we have a sacrificial poet. This poet is not in the slam. Everybody, this is your last chance before we begin. Oh, I'm sorry. One more thing, Ron, could I please get the bracket one more time? I just want to go over those matches really quick. Sorry. So you're gonna hear in this order, you're gonna have Ugba versus Breeze. Then we will have Somebody's Mama versus Chev. Then Nina versus Daleen Santana, followed by Italy versus you. If you want to go up against Italy and get the $100, please hit up Jasmine and enter the lottery. Steven, I'm talking to you. All right. But before we get into that, we will have our sacrificial poet. They are not in the competition. They're just to warm up the audience. Please remember, if you hear something you love, please type it in the chat. That is our way of, showing applause and snapping and all that. And if you can't type fast enough, just put some fire emojis in there. And I know that there are going to be plenty of fire emojis for this poet because they are great. Please welcome our sacrificial poet, our first sacrificial poet, Steffordless. And if I am supposed to ask her to unmute, I do not have that ability. Okay, here we go.
Okay. There we were, watching TV on the floor, and together we avoided catching strays. Though conflicts that existed outside pierced through the walls of our relationships sometimes, we never felt unsafe. Comfort smells of home cooking, palo santo, or some sage, and in reality, TV would watch us. You know that "Are You Still Watching" page? He was always more interested in how I was programmed, his music entertaining medication, and it didn't matter what genre. I looked forward to the art of our conversations. He turned us into songs. His music known to spread sheets, girl, he split me like credits. Pen intentionally showed me how bar work could have you so locked in as if you never knew what it was like to walk on lonely streets. We lived on the corner, between Love and Family Ave, where mother and fatherhoods meet. And there were often arguments outside. I mean, people low on energy, money, and time, just bound to fuck up. Much like me and that one day. So it all starts when I stand up. I moved in, he moved in, just like that. We heard shots ring shortly after. He said, I got you, baby, duck. But, but like I said, I fucked up. The bullets came faster and I took some hits. He said, babe, I said, duck. Why the fuck you ain't listen? Just apply some pressure. We need to stop the bleeding. That shit felt unbearable. Competing thoughts left me conflicted, but I just said I wasn't tripping even though I was, and it felt terrible. I lied, as if I wasn't metaphorically bleeding out, afraid the smell of my blood might attract predators. Like I wasn't feeling doubt, the unworthiest competitor, unable to see power in my own bloom or where the fear stemmed from. So RIP to a love gone too soon. He resents me and blames Independence Days, said they never gave me a chance to dress your wounds. Protecting you was my right. I ordered you the stars, sun, and moon, but you wasn't there to receive it. I know I fucked up, but I promise I didn't mean it. I just always stood on my own too. I know. But today, that's the reason you got shot. I tried to cover you. You bowled over when shit got too hot. I guess my lid wasn't secure enough. I mean, at first it felt like it was purchased with your pot, but you seemed too unsure and it's rough. So I won't force it. I feel it's a lost cause. You hide your pain so good. The only thing that makes you human at this point is selecting all the images with crosswalks. Thank you. I go by Stephalis. You could look me up on my website. I have everything from my book to my new album there. It's stephalis.me. I super appreciate the opportunity to be here as a New Yorican myself. Y'all representing and I fucks with that. Thank you so much. And the new album is called My Ones, available everywhere. Thank you for the platform.
And I hope y'all do check out the album. I checked it out. She said something like, what was it? It was they these are obviously trauma attachments. How can you call me attractive, then take actions that repel my magnet? I was like, wait, stop. I gotta invite this person to be a sec. And I'm so glad that you did. Thank you, Stafford List. All right, judges. Where are my judges at? I see some of them. That's 3 of them. That's 4 of them. All right. Now, also, poets, if you want to plug your Instagram at the end, that's cool, but that will be part of your time, just so you know. That's cool. You got a 2-minute poem. All right, judges. So we're gonna, y'all know how this goes. Y'all are experts. We're gonna review these at the same damn time. 1, 2, 3. Throw it up. Okay. From low to high, I have a 7.2. I have an 8.7, as Shabay would say. I have another 8.7. I have an 8.9 and a 9.2. But y'all, please show some love in the chat for the poet if you can. And y'all, if you ever are at the live show and you hear me say a 9.7, as Shabay would say, this is the Shabay that I am referencing. I'm telling you, cultural pillar. All right. Do we have a score for Staffordless?
We do. And just a quick rest in peace to my neighbors. All right.
Oh.
26.3!
26.3. All right. But to help the score, again, please show some love to that poet. Please look up this poet. This poet is great, and the career is booming. So please show some love. All right. Now we get into the slam. Final Friday chapter, April. If we could please get Breeze and Ugba. Ooh, I'm hyped. I'm hyped. There go, Breeze. We got Ugba anywhere? Ugbeezy. Okay, there we go. All right. Breeze. I
Yes.
wrote down a number right here on my little post-it. It is
Right.
between 1 and 10. Can I ask you to say a number between 1 and 10, please?
7.
7, as Chavez would say. And Ugba.
I was gonna say 7.
You have to get a different one. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's 6.
6. The number was 2. So
God
Ugba,
damn it.
you are closer. Would you like to go
Period.
first for a second? Second. All right, y'all. Let's get it started with the homie Breeze.
Y'all can hear me, right? In 1843, a black railroad worker by the name of John Henry, known for his relentless effort, was challenged by white men to race against their machine. To that he said, "A man ain't nothing but a man. But before I let your steam drill beat me down, I'll die with a hammer in my hand." John Henryism is described as a strong behavioral disposition to confront adversity with determined high effort coping. My homie told me, "If you gonna cry, what the baby gonna do?" And I felt that. Cause who needs my tears? Ain't gonna quench a thirst, ain't gonna water a garden, ain't nothing but a waste of salt stolen from the sweat of my brow. All we know is go hard, grind harder, make it happen, make it work. No job? That's fine. Make some work. That don't work? Shit. Sell some work. Your life is a gamble, gun or a gavel. Either way, it's a surefire way to die with a hammer in your hand. The hustle don't stop, even if your heart do. So you can't stop your hustle till your heart do. But what you need a heart for anyway? Hard work only hardened my heart into a hammer. Just another tool to get the job done. And most days, we feel less man and more machine. Provide, produce, wear productivity like a badge of honor, but ignore all that mental and emotional health. You know what they say? One sad monkey don't stop no show. So show them why King Kong don't belong in no circus. Because you ain't earned emotion. Ain't fed enough bellies full enough for empathy. The electric company don't care you in a dark place. You better depress them bills. That PTSD ain't nothing but poverty, taxes, scarcity, debt, pension, pennies, trying to salvage some sanity. Stupid depression don't do discounts. That's broke nigga behavior. And ain't nobody want a broke nigga, a nigga that can't afford his heart, or a broke-in nigga, a nigga wasting the heart he can't afford on expensive ass feelings, because John Henry ain't get the feel. He beat that steam drill, but died of exhaustion immediately after. And we watched y'all praise his hard work, but all we heard is how he still had to prove his worth, honored his sweat, and not his smile, like working himself to death was his only notable trait. All we know is that if he had never lost that one, if he didn't win that race, y'all wouldn't even know his fucking name. And the tall tale goes, a black man worked himself to death and only got a tall tale to show for it. And as men, we have been trolled into considering this as gold. So we work hard, grind harder, and all we get for a trophy is a tombstone. Our thirst for acceptance only quenched by the taste of our own blood. Self-esteem don't stretch far past a check stub. Don't got time to risk taking off to lay up in some hospital or be lazy on some therapist's couch, because we only got time to race against the machines of capitalism, shattered spirits, and fairy tale expectations. So I grab my tools and I swing with all my might. Railroad spike down these emotions with everything I have, and hope this world can find other ways to care and love me back before I gotta just die with this fucking hammer in my hand.
Y'all better show some love to the homie Breeze in the chat. Oh my God. I, as a host, have to remain impartial, so y'all have to show love to the poets on my behalf. Um, I'm trying not to show no emotion, no reaction. I think I'm doing a pretty good job. I'm gonna take a sip of my drink. Uh, I need Shavizi still, which means Chavez for our non-melanated people. Okay, there we go. All right, Chavez still writing. She unapologetic is being unapologetic. All right, is everybody done? Okay. A count of 3. What do we got for Breeze? 1, 2, 3. Throw it up. From low to high, we have an 8.8, an 8.9, a 9, a 9.3, and a 9.5. To hell with that score, though. Please give up for that poet as I remain impartial. Thank you, judges. And please send your energy to the second poet of match one, Ugba.
After Charles Dickens. When graduating college, I was so desperate to leave my father's apartment in Passaic, New Jersey, that I moved back to Brooklyn, New York to live in the apartment of the ex that knowingly infected me with HIV. A tale of two cities. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. Pops never asked where I was going when I leave, and this was no different. I packed a duffel bag, socks, drawers, and medication, and woke up in his bed again. I left the home of the man who gave me my blood and returned to the home of the man who gave me my blood. It was the age of wisdom. It was the age of foolishness as he'll kiss the back of my neck in the dark. I was supposed to be on the couch. This was supposed to be temporary, a goodwill to help me get back on my feet. He owed it to me. It was the epoch of belief. It was the epoch of incredulity. While alone in his apartment, I'll daydream of what my father owed to me and how pitiful it is. His son felt his best resort was a return back to the site of the crime scene. Even his bed held me differently. The other night, I asked the man, how could he still want to have sex with me? And he just smiled, closed mouth and scared. It was the age of the spring of hope. It was a winter of despair. I was 22, degreed in disease, looking for a way out, so I found myself a way back in. I told myself I loved him. I told myself mistakes happen, even though this wasn't one of them. We had everything before us. We had nothing before us. This was my survival strategy, but I still don't know exactly what I survived because the blood always finds me. My mother says I look like him. The doctor says he's spreading in my system. If the walls in those two apartments could talk, they would say everyone wrapped inside of them was afraid. When I told my father I was HIV positive, he just said, you don't think I don't notice you're not bringing girls around? When I told my ex-boyfriend, he just said, I'm here for you, calm, like a silencer, pressing against a bullet wound. We were all going direct to heaven. We were all going direct the other way. A tale of two cities, men I no longer talk to, but still roam these slick crimson streets in me. Yet still today, forgiveness is the only vein I allow the nurse to draw the blood from. Ain't nothing dead, buried, or poisoned in me. I forgive because it's easy when you know you're living the life you're supposed to be living. So this is for my blood siblings. She, he, they who survived the med side effects, who got gritty when pushed to the earth's edge. This is a tale of your kingdom. May a bigot lose their voice the next time that you come. May your seed seal the sun's fracture because you were always the skyscraper. You were always the skyscraper. Demons told me HIV is God's punishment for my kind of sinner. So I became a blessing just to stunt on you niggas.
Hey, give it up for Ugba. Show some love in the chat, y'all, like y'all are. Ah, must remain impartial. So concludeth bout one, Breeze versus Ugba. All right, judges, what do we got? Uh-oh. Almost. Hold on, Masterpiece. Not yet. Not yet. Okay, judges, all at the same time. On the count of three. 1, 2, 3. Throw it up for Ugba. For Ugba, we have an 8.6, an 8.7, as Shibay would say. We have a 9.5, and it looks in the mirror like Mulan and sees another 9.5. And we have a 0.1, but I think that is actually our first 10 of the evening. There we go. Yay. Okay, y'all. Thank you, judges. Thank you so much. Okay. We have the scores in for match one. Paul, do we have a score?
Yeah, we have a winner. Okay. Breeze, 27.2. Ugba. 27.7.
I'm sorry. I was checking something. Who's the winner?
Ugba.
Ugba. Oh my God. Y'all, listen. Breeze is a champion among champions, and I love that poem. I was actually trying not to cry during that poem, Breeze. That was incredible work. And I am so humbled and grateful that you joined us tonight. Thank you, sir. But y'all, please show some love. It's moving on to the second round. The homie, Ugba. Come on. All right. Wow. That is how we are starting the April chapter of Final Friday. Let's move right on down to match two. Somebody's Mama versus Chev. Woo-hoo-hoo. Oh boy. I'm gonna need a third martini at this rate. We got Chev.
I'm gonna need some cameras on. I can't spotlight without cameras. My bad.
Chevington, I need that camera on.
I keep pressing the button. Hold on. All right, we're good. Yeah.
Okay. Somebody's Mama, Chev, two champions, one match. I have written a number between 1 and 10. Chev, you put 5. Somebody's Mama, what you think?
6.
6. The number is, as Cheve would say, 7. Somebody's Mama, you have won the coin flip. Would you like to go first or second? Second. Please show some love, a warm welcome for the great Chev.
So this poem is a DEI hire. Its ethnicity is listed as real nigga. That's NIGGA out of ATLGA, where anyone who wants to use an ER can get put in one. This poem is a DEI hire. Its gender ain't none of your business. If you're wondering whether it has a dick or a pussy, then suck it. This poem is a DEI hire. It's got one good foot because the other one is stuck so far up Elon Musk's ass it is sticking out of Donald Trump's mouth. This poem is a DEI hire. It is so old. The paper it was written on still smells like the bodies hung from the tree it used to be. It's been folded for paper airplane and thrown between Tuskegee, Alabama and Berlin, Germany, and can't remember where it saw more Nazis. It's so old. The paper it was written on was illegal for me to fucking read. This poem is a DEI hire, and it's just a little dyslexic. It can always seem to read how you want it to DIE. It's got autism too. It's obsessively searching for meaning within itself. It found that DEI in Latin means God. So if a motherfucker tells you he hates DEI, then you know who you're dealing with. This poem is dealing with a whole damn lot. It's overqualified, underpaid, working overtime for the understaffed, and over having to understand its entire life being someone else's parlay. This poem is a DEI hire. It would just like to have half the chance of being hired for half as much money as a white man with half the resume. This poem just wants the ladder to success to also have a ramp, wants the stories of American dreams to be translated in Braille, meaning something you can touch long enough to know what it means. This poem is a DEI hire, and that means when it was born, its mama wasn't legally able to hold a bank account. It means it fought in war after war for a country in the name of freedom and is still waiting for the freedom to come. But if it found a love that looked too much like itself, then it had to die. A secret. This poem is a DEI hire, and that should not mean that it has to die. Diversity, equity, and inclusion means taking the best advice your mama ever gave you and naming it law. It's taking do unto others as you would have them do unto you and naming it policy. And I've learned why white men are so angry. They are the only people in America who have less rights than they started with. They always had the right to themselves, but they miss having the right to you too.
Yo, get up for Chev. So iconic when he turns off his camera. Shit is fly as hell. All right. Let me get my judges on screen if you wouldn't mind, Cap. Oh boy. Wow, wow, wow. What? Oh. Okay, Chavez done. Masterpiece working. Shea Butter is done. Unapologetic is done. Elemental is over there hosting a open mic over there, it seems like. I don't know what he's talking about. Okay. Elemental, what are you doing, bro? Like you communicating the whole sermon. What's happening, bro? All right. On the count of three. One, two, three. Throw it up. From low to high, we have an 8.8. We have a 9. We have a 9.7, as Shabay would say. We have a 9.8. And we have a 9.9. Almost perfect, Shep. Not quite. Got to work a little harder. Got to work a little harder. All right. But to hell with that score, please show some love to that poet. And please welcome the second poet of match two, Somebody's Mama.
All you ladies pop yo pussy like this. Shake your body, don't stop, don't miss. All you ladies pop yo pussy like this shit gon' fit in your clutch. Disguised as lipstick or makeup brush. I got tasers for sale, tasers for sale. Hear me out, ladies. It's a hot girl summer sale. 2 for 10, that's one for you and your baddie friend. All you ladies pop yo pussy like this. Is legal in twice as many states than abortion. That's right, wire hanger. Or I got tasers for sale because it's your body till it ain't. Get it while it's hot, girl. It's giving Bob one. Get home safe. I got tasers for sale. They only come in pussy magic pink. They warm and wet like summer streets. You summer fine in your sundress and your Jordans. You know you look good, so you gotta act bad or a city girl in a body bag. Now don't stop. Pop that pussy. Let me see you. Hey, yo, ma. You knew them was heavy D's and them boys would rally, would cat call, would break neck, would honk, would stare, would do it right, lick it good. The hood loves a hoe who knows her place, who loves hard and deep throats and fries chicken like they grandma. She keep the kids in the house clean. She 9 to 5, sometimes 6, clock out, clock in, dinner by 8. She a down ass bitch who need a nap, but she don't stop. Get it, ride or die, slip and slide and gripped up. She be popping pussy, popping gum, popping shit out the side of her neck, popping out in that brand new objectify me now, fast fashion, fit for a thought. Thought you was bad and bougie, but he thought you was for the Migos, the team, a sleaze, a slide, a slut, a whore. All you ladies pop your pussy like, who told you could mini skirt and cleavage and make it home safe? Said you could hot girl summer and mother and not be shamed by the same men who lick this pussy just like you should have known you were for consumption, Bartman. Lax, rock your body, don't stop, don't trip. Gavel tricks, you ask for it. All you ladies pop your pussy like the Quaaludes, just hit, put it, pop. The block been waiting for you to preteen to fill out your blouse to tend to a house and a man and his kids. Take his name. Don't stop. Don't trip. Just swallow, bitch, because it's your body till it ain't. Gavel tricks. They gonna say you asked for it with your BBL and your feminism. You asked for it. They gave you corsets and TikTok. Lipo and Botox got flued out for a botch job and called you a fly bitch, a bad bitch, my bitch, melted my mouth, bitch. You've been popping pussy like you really thought they respected you. Don't stop. Don't trip. Just swallow a wire hanger, bitch, because it's your body till it ain't. The hood loves a hoe who knows her place. So all you ladies pop your pussy like this. Shake your body, don't stop, don't miss. All you ladies pop your pussy like this shit gonna fit in your clutch. Disguised as lipstick or a makeup brush. I got tasers for sale. They 2 for 10. So don't forget about your baddie friend. I got tasers for sale and they only come in pussy magic pink. They warm and they wet like summer streets. You know you summer fine in your sundress and your Jordans. You know you look good, so you gotta act bad or a city girl in a body bag. Now don't stop that pussy. This right here, it's better than Mace. Get it while it's hot, girl. Let's give him Bob one. Get home safe.
Hey, somebody's mama, y'all. All right, Cap. Let me get my judges on screen. Take your time.
Tony, we lost your camera. Tony, can you still hear us? Okay, it looks like we're having a few connection issues with our host. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna ask if all the judges are ready to hold up their scores. Okay, judges, go ahead. 1, 2, 3. Let's hold them up. Okay, Paul, what I see on screen from lowest to highest is, and keep them all up till I'm ready, done. 8.9, 9.1, 9.8, oh, sorry, 9.7, then 9.8, and the highest score 9.9. Paul, did you get it all? I got it, and I'm stressed out. It's okay. It's okay. We'll get Tony back though. No, that's not why I'm stressed. Oh, no. Okay, okay. Hold on, let me put myself on camera here. I am Ron, one of the program team members here, temporary filling in for Tony as his Wi-Fi and his audio and video is reconnecting. So I guess, Paul, you have to give us good or bad news. Nope. I'm gonna just do my thing. Run, okay? Okay, go ahead, Paul. Somebody's mama. 28.6. Chev. 28.5. Wow, okay, now I see why you were stressed out. Wow, see, decimal points are so important. You know, that's wow. Thank you, Paul. So that means, correct me if I'm wrong, somebody's mama is moving on to round 2. Am I correct? Yes. Okay, beautiful. All right, thank you so much, Paul. Appreciate you. I will put up the bracket in a second, but since I'm temporarily also doing hosting duties here, you have to forgive me for a second. So why don't we then just move on to round 3? I see Tony disconnected. Just to give it a little extra time, make sure you follow us on our social media. I will put the link tree in the chat as well. newregan.org is our website where you can get all the all the information to all of our to everything that's happening at the New Regan Poets Cafe. And we will also give you more promotions during the halftime show. And we will hear from our executive director as well. You know what? I see how tough it is to do both jobs here, both the tech job, because I'm also monitoring the live stream on YouTube. Everyone on YouTube, thank you for watching us. We appreciate you. And by the way, all of you here in Zoom, if you want to rewatch any of the amazing performances, all you have to do is after our Zoom session ends here, go straight to our YouTube channel, and the live stream recorded video is right there, so you can rewatch all the powerful poetry as well. All right, I think, team, let me know, but I think let's move on to round 3, which means Nina and Daylin Santana. And this is how prepared I was. I did not put a number on it, so I'm learning so many things though, because how we're doing the virtual flip here. Okay, so let me write down a number. Let me look into your eyes so you will not see what I'm writing. Let me see. Okay. All right, so welcome Dayla and welcome Nina. Sorry, I'm your substitute host for just a few more minutes until Tony reconnects here. But Daylin, what number between 1 and 10 would you be thinking?
4.
4, okay. Nina, what number can we get from you?
9.
Ooh, okay. So I chose number 1. Team, correct me if I'm wrong. Whoever was closest, which means Daylin, right? Okay, so Daylin, your choice. Would you like to go first or second?
I would like to go second, please.
Okay, so Cap, if you don't mind removing that. So Nina, it's all you. Remember the time. The time starts as soon as you start talking. We got you unmuted. I'm gonna shut up. Nina, it's all yours.
In a room of flowers and caskets and empty wheelchairs, the speaker says,
At least now, when our friend arrived at the pearly gates, he would finally be walking. And I imagine our bodies, somewhere between the ground and the clouds, laid out on this ironing board. Every muscle knotted together like bubble gum, pleated, pressed, steam dried, and I become someone I don't recognize. Well, they were right. I guess it's a stairway to heaven. Do they confiscate the wheelchairs here, dissolving them into dust, or maybe each cloud imprisons someone's lust crutch and suddenly the funeral home molds into a waiting room? A graveyard of my friends at the heavenly gates. Holy Communion becomes wine-infused medicine, a twisted kind of crippled metamorphosis we never asked for, just sliced up into bits, turned into Frankenstein bitch. I become a quilt of limbs sewn back together with the promise of now becoming whole, while a meat grinder reshapes me into a stranger and the clouds contain this massacre. Heaven becomes the currency that pays for this slaughter, while the public dances in their blood-infused rain, vibrant gardens for their earth, because we broke at the seams, an afterlife only fitting for the great American dream. All those earthly health insurance denials, well, able-bodied heaven promises to wipe everyone's past clean. While I become this patchwork woman on the conveyor belt of crippled corpses, and I resort to resistance. I dig up each grave, deterring this heavenly decay, and we spend our days just going out to dinner. I knit the mittens for the winter, my corpses and I go dancing, our gray skin, our matted hair still in our chairs. Do you think we'll find our own heaven in enough time, and the funeral ends? And someone says, Nina, I am so sorry for the loss of your friend. And I already feel him ascend to his second death, and I lose him all over again. Will this jury too dance on my grave when the end comes knocking? With their cloaks and their pitchforks and their dreams for who I should have been, and the public loves this. We're not wanted in their streets, let alone in their heaven. They say no to healthcare, to masks, to vaccines or ramps, but hand over heaven on a silver platter, contingent on a body that never asked for inclusivity, so that I won't know that heaven is full of those who on earth would have said no.
Nina. Hey y'all, I'm back by the way. Pardon me, my computer just broke. Luckily, I have multiple machines and an amazing team behind me to pick up the slack. Thank you, Ron. Thank you, Cab. Thank you, everybody. And Nina, fantastic job. While the judges do their ting, can somebody tell me who won the last match? I didn't even get to see.
That was somebody's mama.
Oh my God.
By
Wow.
by 0.1 decimal point difference. Right,
That's
Paul?
slam for you. Well, first, I'm sure that y'all gave Chev his love. You know, Chev is world champion. Chev is one of the best poets breathing right now. So big salute to Chev. I hope that you come back. Chev actually won the last virtual Final Friday that we did. So he's no slouch, even within the New Eurekan realm. And we hope to have him again sometime. But shout out to somebody's mama. Okay. Judges, are you ready? I'm seeing thumbs, I'm seeing foreheads, I'm seeing pursed lips. Okay, great. On the count of three, 1, 2, 3, throw it up. What we got, what we got, what we got, what we got. From low to high, we have an 8.8. Your masterpiece is brutal. We got at 9.2, a 9.3. a 9.4, and a 9.9. But as much as I love these judges, because I picked them myself, to hell with the scores, please show some love for that poet in the chat. Nina, I have to remain impartial. Now I'm just getting my bearings back. Has Daleen gone yet? No? Okay. Oh, hold on. Somebody in the chat said that I got a score wrong. Poet Detroit, 9.8, not 9.9. Who gave that high score? Sorry, Daleen. I'm so sorry, Kat. Could I please get the judges back? I just want to make sure that I got this correct.
We're good on score.
Okay, it's just that I saw somebody said 9.8, not 9.9, but was it a 9.9 or what happened? I'm gonna ask. Can we just put up the scores one more time? I just want to make sure that I'm completely coherent in what happened.
Yeah, it was a 9.8 for real.
Okay, so I just messed it up. Okay, cool. All right, cool. If y'all have the score, then I am completely happy. All right, judges, thank you so much. Cap, thank you for your help and making sure that we're on point. And thank you, Poet Detroit, for your being so observant. Now, there's no more F-ups on my end. Let's show some love to Daleen Santana.
We are live in Daleen Santana's Los Angeles apartment. No costumes, just her voice, truth, and rhymes. Daleen, what do you have to say for yourself this time? The fires, navigating your place in Hollywood, missing home. How'd you manage to stay alive? I guess I'll say I'm still the girl whose attention is currency. You know it because I ask why more than ever. Here, people don't like that word. Why? Makes them lie. To save face, to save money, to use my face for money and not tell the truth from the very beginning of a shoot. This isn't new news, but I've heard that a good therapist asks the right questions until you say the answer that saves you. So you believe it was your idea in the first place, that you are the power of your own life and how you get to first place, your own heralded healing, your own divine destiny. See, anyone can out-rap me, out-act me. No one could ever outfact me. Fact. Someone once told me there's an honest way to make a living off my words. Fact. If it is true for me, it is true for you. You can make the rules. My superpower is feeling truth. Fact. I started reading before I knew. I used to rearrange the long worded ingredients of the Broad Street Beauty Supply shampoo bottles ages 3 to 5 in the shower to make 17 different variations of words like ammonium chloride. Fact. Poets are the geniuses of every timeline. Fact. It's been exactly 8 months since I took my last 1900 milligrams of bipolar meds from doctors that told me I needed them to stay alive, but never once asked me why. Fact. I'm still the girl that probably loves the things you hate about yourself, except now your reaction to it does not become my apology. Stupid. Fact, I love your crooked tooth. I love your beauty mark on your forehead. I love your lispy ass lisp. Fact, it is the most fascinatingly perplexing, dexing, beauty addressing thing about you. Fact. I heard a robot recite a poem in 0.3 seconds from the audience's suggested flower word during crypto week, and I very dramatically cried myself to sleep because it was a shit poem. Fact. I took an AI actor job where I had to stand 6 feet away from someone and improv, and now I ain't worried about no robots taking my damn jobs. Fact. A robot could never love how a poet loves. Fact. Poets know how to use Mother Earth love drugs to put back the human in humanity, but I do not need drugs. I am drugs. Fact, I ain't graduate college, but I don't need a law degree to practice the one law I studied my whole life. Love always wins. Fact, our first ever house burned down to almost crisps, and the only thing that survived were the only things I could use to keep my poetic words alive. Fact, the best compliments I get are the ugly faced ones like, nah, that was real. That was true truth. You should have won that shit, no disrespect. I do not care if my words win trophies. I only care when they are used to cheat death. Fact, it took me 33 years to retrieve my dream to say aloud, poets are my friends. Fact. In every timeline, I will come back as my mother's mother, who saw poems inside me, then began my voiceless chain. And like Angelou, I ain't speak. Maya was 5 years, I was mute for 3 days. I will sing my poems until the number is 0 for every child who dares stand in my welcome way. In fact, I stayed alive because March 21st is my birthday, which is also recognized as World Poetry Day. I stayed alive because Danya Santana named me Daleen, but you can call me Day. So sorry, technical difficulties. Couldn't hear your truth and it could not be recorded. Could not be reported.
Daleen Santana, everybody. Yo, I hear you on the technical difficulties. All right. Can we get the judges in the building? And I want to thank everybody in the chat for saying all of the lines in both poems that I will want to scream from the rooftops, but can't because I have to be the impartial host. Y'all got me. Everybody has their role, and we just gotta commit to it. All right. Sheila and Apologetic, you got it done? Okay, cool. Just want to make sure. All right. All right, judges. One, two, 1, 2, 3. Throw it up. What we got? Y'all heard the same poem except for Masterpiece. Masterpiece is like, I'm not having it. We have from Low Tide an 8.7. And then I think it's the first time in my life I've ever had a four-way Spider-Man meme of everybody pointing at each other. We have a 9.5 and a 9.5 and a 9.5 and a 9.5. The exact same poem was heard by everybody except for Masterpiece. Masterpiece is like, listen, I'm international, babe. You gotta you need a little bit more before you get that 9 from me. But to hell with the score, even though I love these judges so much. Thank you for continuing to show love to the poets. All right. Paul, listen, I am thrown through a loop. Just so y'all know, y'all, my main computer just it like smoke's coming out of it. It's kind of OD. So I have no idea who won, who lost. I can't keep track of the math. I'm like, how am I gonna pay for this? What do we got, Paul?
I'm in pain.
Your computer
Nina.
broke?
Well, I'm in pain for you, but also the scores. Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no. That's some bullshit. What is it?
Always some bullshit. Okay. Nina. 27.9.
Almost 27. Almost 28. Okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool.
Dalen
Mhm.
would have had
Oh, bro.
a 28.5,
But
but she lost 1 point.
an entire point?
Yes, she had 3 minutes 25 seconds.
Come on, Daleen, we love you though.
Yes.
Okay, so if I understand correctly, we show our love to Daleen for that amazing poet. So many great lines. The geniuses in every timeline, or the poets, pardon me for butchering it. Great poem, homie. But moving on to the next round will be Nina. All right, y'all. This is the last chance you have for the lottery. Um, so if you're gonna enter, this is the final shot for it. You will be going up against Italy from Slam NYU. You got this. Um, also, New Eureka team, if y'all can help me out, I no longer have access because literally my computer just broke. I don't have access to the links I was going to provide. I wanted to provide everybody the link, because usually, oh, if we're in the Puerto Rican Traveling Theater, I'd be like, yo, go upstairs to see Jasmine, or Kat to get some merchandise. We got the New Eurekan t-shirts, the New Eurekan hats, etc. But there's a link, right? Um, be looking out in the chat just in case you want to get your New Eurekan apparel to represent us worldwide. I've got tons of New Eurekan apparel in here. So you should get some too. Gang, 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 gang. But in the meantime and in between time, you work your thing and I'll work mine. Ron, are we ready for the lottery or who's running? Jasmine's running the lottery, right?
That is
Yes, that
correct.
would be me.
That is correct. All right, Jazz, let's get this lottery popping. Or should we give them what, 20 more seconds? What do you think?
I'm ready.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. I wonder who's in that lottery. I'm wondering if the homies adhered to my request in entering the lottery. Hold on, before you spin that, we see Wesley. Thank goodness. We got Rika Speaks. All right. Ah, dang. The homie Stephen Willis did not. He said, nah, I got too many degrees to enter the slam. That's fair, Stephen. I appreciate it. Congrats on getting into yet another Ivy League. So excited for the new levels that you are going to reach in your career and in your abilities. But dang, I wish you entered this lottery, but I completely understand. All right. But we have plenty of great poets in here. So without further ado, Jasmine, why don't you spin that wheel for us? Godchild, the Omen. Are you still here, friends? We got a lottery winner. Godchild, are you around? How can you possibly let us know? You can let us know in the chat if you're still here, friend.
I asked to unmute Gottschalk if you're there.
Beautiful. Okay, so it looks like we got ourselves a match. We've got Godchild the Omen versus Italy from Slam NYU. Okay. Godchild the Omen, congratulations. You won our lottery. Oh, you vanished into the handprints and the ink blots. It's giving Warshak's journal. Okay. Godchild the Omen, you won the lottery. So I'm gonna ask you first. I wrote a number between 1 and 10. Which number do you pick?
5.
5. Italy, what number do you pick?
9.
9. The number was 10. Italy, you have won the draw. Would you like to go first or second?
Second.
Second. All right, Shaw. Please send your energy. I'm gonna wiggle my fingers, give him a blessing, make sure everything goes well for him. Our lottery winner, Godchild, the Omen.
Both of us are naked, but only one of us is exposed. Present but distant, incoherent, in the most utterings provoked by pills and alcohol. See, I'm inside her, but I'm nowhere near where she really is. With kids, work, bad decisions and men, self-medicating, self-prescribed, so her booty call to me was something like a call for help. She is offering herself in return for attention, a temporary fix, but in the moment it is so permanent. See, I'm looking for another condom when she needs a tourniquet. Her flaws require gauze in the form of a man's arms. See, I heard fuck me when she really said love me. Not that I wasn't paying attention, just when you're at attention, it's hard to listen attentively, especially when she says one thing, but it's not what she really means. She's telling me she wants me, but that's not what she really needs. I didn't know I was her last resort. She would have to resort to. Look, she's hurt. I'm horny. I'm about to bust. She is on the brink of tears, substituting quarters for comfort just for someone to be here, then waking up for it, forgetting she even invited me there. Like I just suddenly appeared. I mean, sobs in my arms, convulsions in my palms, Kama Sutra or Psalms. She didn't need God, child. She just needed God. But a child is what she settles for, a simple metaphor, but so complicated. And sex was only complicated. And I feel obligated to a woman I'm not even involved with. Shit. Now we are both exposed past bones. She cried herself next to sleep, next to my heartbeat. See, I went from just being aroused to damn near being espoused. Misery loves company. She just wants someone around until she passed out with no memory, and the only evidence of this happening is to recall his.
And ladies and gentlemen, poetry lovers of all orientations, that is our lottery winner. All right, we got our judges. I got 2. Okay. What am I looking for? Should be easy. There we go. All right. All right, judges, on the count of 3. Y'all got us? 1, 2, 3. Throw it up. From low to high, we have a 7.6. Masterpiece said absolutely not. We have a 7.8. Okay, she unapologetic. We have an 8.1. We have an 8.6. It's a little blurry. I don't know why it's not locking in, but my eyes work still. And we have a 9.0. But, as much as I love our judges, to help the score, thank you to the lottery poet. Ooh, those martinis are hitting your boy. But enough of the martinis. Let's head on over to Italy from Slam NYU.
The Illuminati exists on every corner of a black neighborhood, except it is painted as a liquor store. Ask how many are in the white neighborhood, because there are 8 times more in the black community. Freedom on paper never meant immunity. If they can't hang us by our necks, they don't have to hang us by our souls. By oversaturating our community with black holes, they planted to make a black boy's playground poison, but you won't understand it. See, they'll push you down the slide, fast like the Henny down your throat, convince you that drinking is the only way to cope. They will pack your playground with more liquor than resources, fuck you over so they can label it black choices. I've seen generations sell their soul at the liquor store, trade in their black joy for dark liquor in hopes to clear their sorrows. They made sure to put one on each corner so black joy could be slaved into bottles. I have family members who I call ancestors because their soul is no longer here. Their soul is mixed in the bottle with the tears that had nowhere else to go. See, the Illuminati exists on every corner of a black neighborhood, except it is painted as a liquor store, a triangle with no way out but in. Because even when black hands don't go for the gin, addiction lingers in our lineage. If they can't make us pick cotton, then they'll make us their guinea pigs. We must free ourselves from the spells that they try to cast on our playgrounds. Dismiss the evil trail of the slide system, never sink too deep in the sandbox, hopscotch, past their limits, double dutch between them white ropes, because they can't whip your soul. So black girl and black boy, when you swing, you better soar, but don't you lose control, because we are too fly for their black holes.
Italy, mamma mia. Okay, all right. Let me get my judges. Man, it is so hard to remain impartial after all these fire poems. But let's be real. I don't have the power to sway these judges. These judges are experts. Between them, they've probably heard over 2 million poems, and it's probably not even an exaggeration. But, just so that the New Eurekan is on the up and up, I shall remain impartial. No one will accuse us of swaying the judges. All right. Speaking of, I'm gonna give them maybe 5 more seconds. Jazz, do you have the link for where they can get merch from you? Is there any way you can put that in the chat? I know you got a bajillion things to do, so it's no worries if you can't. Cap just put it in the chat, and I will put it in the chat as well. Thank you so much, Cap. Hold on, Cheve. Not yet, not yet, not yet, not yet. So if anybody wants to don the apparel, don we are now gay apparel. Fa la 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 la. That's in the chat. Get your t-shirts, your hats, etc. All right. From low to high, we have not thrown up the scores yet. Judges, 1, 2, 3, they're all up. All right, now from low to high, we have a very blurry 9.0. We have a crystal clear 9.0. We have a 9.3. We have a 9.4. And as Cheve would say, a 9.7. But to hell with that score, give it up for that poet. Cheve, I swear you got me liking 9.7s more than I like 10s, and that is crazy because that can cost a poet thousands of dollars. All right, Paul, do we have a winner?
We have a winner. Godchild the Omen. 25.4. Oh no, 24.5. Sorry, I read it wrong backwards. Yeah, I got a little bit hyped there. I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, I'm totally sober, but yes.
I've had so many martinis that it's affecting you. Okay, cool.
Okay. So again, Godchild the Omen, 24.5. Italy, Lee, 27.7.
All right. I want to congratulate our lottery winner. Thank you so much for joining us. But moving on to round 2 will be Italy. All right. So round 2 will consist of Ugba versus Somebody's Mama, followed by Nina versus Italy. And I, for one, am so excited to see it. But first, I want to turn it over to one of our judges and one of our hosts. The most iconic voice I've heard in quite some time, y'all. Please show some love for Elemental with it too.
Come on. What's good, good people? Listen, it has been an incredible evening so far. Listen, if you are not entertained, you are in the wrong space. All right. When you came into this building, you saw the moniker on the door. It said, "There will be blood." And I'm telling you, blood has been shed this evening. All right. My name is Elemental, host of the online open mic presented by this legendary New Eurekan Poets Cafe every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Listen, make sure you are plugging in with all the things New Eurekan Poets Cafe. Monday night is the Bowery Slam. It is going hard. Shout out Luna Rosa. Shout out J Rose. The Final Friday Slam hosted by the one and only Tony McPherson. You know this cat, right? Also, the open mics. The Women's Orator Wednesdays happening every first Wednesday of the month, hosted by who? Shout out somebody's mama, right? Also at the Lower East Side Center, make sure you are plugging in with the one and only Soul Preem, right? It is absolutely amazing. Both of these spots will be streamed on YouTube, all right? Also, there is a slam workshop, second Tuesday of the month in May and June. It is going crazy. And who is the slam workshop host facilitator? The one and only Tony McPherson. Make sure you are plugging in. Also on Saturdays is the Know Thyself workshop hosted by Charlie Vasquez on every first and third Saturdays of the month at noon. Make sure you are plugging in, all right? As I like to say, we are trying to work on the entire artist from head to toe, all right? So make sure you are plugging in with all the incredible, amazing venues that the New Eurekan Poets Cafe has to offer. Listen, jump in, as I said, Thursday night online. Jump in, join the greatest community in the world. Want to know why I say this is the greatest community in the world? Trust and believe. You are seeing it this evening. If you jump into any one of these spaces, you will definitely see it live in action. All right? Appreciate all of you for hanging out with us this evening, all of your support, all of your energy. It definitely makes all the difference in the world. All right? Before we move on, I am going to pass it to our executive producer, the illustrious, the one and only La Bruja in the building. Come on. Love to see you.
Woo! Thank you, Elemental. Thank you, everybody. Wow, this is incredible. New Year Reconstruction, a $24 million renovation restoration project. We are living in historical time. And during this New Year Reconstruction, you know, our building is being changed and transformed, and we kept it going. The programming is amazing. We haven't been with our building for over a year, and we have an amazing year under our belt. We're going into our second year of programming with free workshops, free open mics once in a while. We're trying to make it happen. And, we could use help as well. If you really appreciate this programming and what we're doing, feel free to contribute. Go to neweurekan.org/contribute. We have a volunteer system here. Volunteers get in, and our staff that you see has mostly started as volunteers. And our team is amazing. Don't you agree? This team is rocking. And I have to say that, in order to create a dream team, sometimes it takes a few nightmares first. But here we are. Here we are with a dream team, and the dream team is building. Speaking of buildings, when we reopen, we're not going to have just one theater. We're going to have 2 theaters, a flex space. It's going to be what it's never been before. So we're going to need a bigger team. Consider joining us. Consider, working with us. What else can I say? Take advantage of what it is that we're offering. Even if you do nothing else, watch, spread the word, tell everybody about these amazing poets that you're seeing. This is contemporary magic right here. This is culture in real time. So I'll leave it at that. We have some winners to crown. Pero muchas gracias. New Rican Poets Cafe, the temple of poetry that I know you love, because I love it too. Tony McPherson!
That's crazy because I thought I had a little bit more time to make another drink, but it's all good. It's all good. But that line you said about in order to make a dream team, you got first have to have a couple of nightmares. You need to make that a t-shirt or something. That was crazy. I was like,
No
wow.
shit. Mantra, it's a philosophy.
Real, for real. In order to make a dream team, first you got to make. All right. Yeah, yeah. In order to make an
And
omelet.
now we're lucid dreaming. Look at this. Exactly. It's light work. This is
Okay, y'all. Let's see here. There's a lot that still needs to occur, and my brain is just drowning in so many bars. From the Wayne Henry piece to the geniuses of every timeline are the poets. To in order to make a dream team, first you gotta have a few nightmares. Crazy. Yo, Chev, unfortunately, my computer was literally like coughing up smoke when he was doing a poem. The poem was just too hot. It was just too hot. I'm gonna blame Chev. I'm breaking my computer that served me for 3 years. And yo, just so many bars. I mean, y'all have filled the chat with them. Speaking of, I want y'all to continue to fill the moment, fill the year, fill the April, fill the 2025 with your poems. We do have an open mic after this, and it's going to be hosted by the one and only Cappuccino, aka Cap, aka Claudia Alvarez Cloud. And Jasmine, you are going to put the link. How do they? You can unmute yourself if you want. How do they go about hitting you up to sign up for the open mic?
They can DM me.
Okay,
Ticket
yeah.
lottery slot, same way.
So y'all, so hit up Jasmine G period. Or the preface of her name is open mic signups. Yeah, y'all pardon. Listen, I've been going to the gym a lot, and my body is killing me. And like if y'all see me in person. I'm usually in a suit at the final Friday, but I'm literally in my own house. You know what I mean? I know that y'all got me on in the background, some of y'all. So I just want to like really just invite you to be your best selves. This is not how I usually host, but it's how I'm a host tonight. Yeah, while I host, I just want to really encourage y'all to don't just be a spectator. Although if you just want to be a spectator, that's cool. But why be a spectator when you can provide a sonnet, and be part of the saga? Yeah, so please hit up Jasmine. But with all that said, I am so excited for Somebody's Mama versus Ugba, followed by Nina versus Italy. Those matches are going to be wild after four already wild AF matches. But just to make sure that the judges are still right, even though, with their 2 million plus poems worth of experience. I know they're all right, but still, you never want to get lazy. You always want to stay warm, no matter how many times you've done the thing. So I want to give y'all a second sacrificial poet. Judges, I'm not gonna be impartial this time. Listen, this poet is a Southern Fried co-champion circa 2024, a historic New Eurekan Poets Cafe victory. I am so profoundly and infinitely proud of this poet. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna get teary-eyed, but it's that real. Like what they did was just so monumental. And then on top of that, they are on the New Eurekan Slam team this year, and they're going to practice a new piece. So Masterpiece, Amanda, Cheve, Elemental Shield, Unapologetic, my judges, in case you're just now joining us. Please don't be nice. Please be thorough. This poet needs an exact score, not a happy, happy, nice score. But if it's a perfect 30, that's cool too. You know what I mean? If that's what's real. But we're gonna have a sacrificial poet. They're not part of the slam. but yeah, they're going to definitely make a contribution to everybody's experience tonight. Please show some love for our second sacrificial poet, Solar Kush.
It takes wisdom to know that not everyone you lose is a loss. Let me put you on the game to the ways of ghost busting. 1. When you realize you have been ghosted, do not fret. Grab a pen, start writing. You will eat off the haunted house you are left with. If they choose to be a ghost, immortalize them in the medium of slam. At least now, when your heart is on the line, it's for a score. When someone says you look casket clean, they only referring to your bout fit. 2. Know who you gonna call, because it may just be yourself. 3. If you see a man with a ghoster's haircut at a distance, do not run to him or say a word. Bite back the bile of love bubbling up. He is an apparition, your personal urban legend, just another myth your mind trying to mold into a man, a mirage of empty calories masquerading as nutrition. When a person has been starved of something they once had, they imagine seeing it everywhere. 4. Ever notice how ghosts must still wear clothes? Cowards, even in the afterlife, can't bear to be so transparent. Call them out on it. After all, what's a ghoul to a girl? 5, own up to your mistakes, like how you're good at names but bad at labels and callings, like how you confuse love bombing with real warmth, like how loving with rose-colored glasses made all the red flags look like wedding veils. 6, hurl your tirade of clever clapbacks at no one in particular. Say shit like a lazy arrangement of syllables in the cadence of fuck I look like. Watch your helium around me. Before I pop the balloon on your ass, I hope your next dream sequence is me cackling while holding a toothpick. 7, pace yourself. The process cannot be rushed. It is something you feel, not something you hear. Because ghosters don't text back or speak, they spook, knock over furniture and flicker light fixtures because it is a parting gift of clumsy tenants. They have the consistency of spirit Halloweens. For 6 weeks a year, they haunt love's abandoned storefronts, ghost towns that were minding their own damn business. 8, have a backup in case person from step 2 does not answer your call. 9, resist arriving to rooms feeling endangered, your loneliness exerting its own gravity. Creaking floorboards should remind you that houses settle so people won't. 10, it will feel unfair to call this love and yet insufficient to say it was anything else. Love in the afterlife is a night sweat breakbeat, an invisible hand spinning a skipping Coltrane jazz record. Remember, missing a long lost limb is a phantom pain. It too shall pass. 11, I wish I learned that the woman I am on stage and the woman I am on page are not the same woman, that it is better to be in low spirits than boo loving with the walking dead, than with the scar that makes you feel like an open wound. 12, dear audience, I know I've already lost you. I know how America treats reboots where women become the Ghostbusters. You will say I was probably doing too much, only writing this for attention. This is a story only a man should tell, especially when ghosts written by a girl. 13, when a new man appears eager to build a home over those bones, permit him, because only the living can make the world better, because it feels too good to be both soft and safe at the same time. And if you must write another ghost poem, only use pens that are already dying.
Yo, that's Solar Kush, y'all. She all right. She cool. Judges, what do you think, though? I don't know. I mean, I know what number I would pick, but I don't have a scorecard. I just got this olive brine. You feel me? Solar Kush is out there riding, y'all. Better run and fucking hide. About to take all y'all money. Yes, sir. All right, judges on the count of three. 1, 2, 3. Throw it up. What y'all got? From low to high, we have a 9.0. Masterpiece said, I'm still not impressed. We have a 9.5, a 9.6, a 9.8, and a 9.9. And I'm not even gonna say to hell with these scores. Give it up for that poet. Chavez, who I think has seen more poems than anybody, gave that a 9.5. So Sola, keep that in mind. All right. I think that is a wonderful way to start round two, the semifinal bout. This is going to be half as long. We're pretty much done, guys. It's going to be over like that. So enjoy these 3-minute poems while they're still amongst us. I am so ready to begin match one of round two. Let's welcome back somebody's mama and Ugba. Okay, where is my little notepad? Great. All right, y'all. I have written a number down on this here post-it. We'll go with ladies first, somebody's mama. Which number do you pick between 1 and 10?
I just saw it.
You saw it?
You
You are so
flashed.
you are so honorable. That's y'all. That's that. You know what?
You're a
We're
real
gonna
one
have
for
a talk.
that.
We're gonna have a talk about that later, because that was honorable AF. All right. I've written a new number, a completely different number, between 1 and 10.
Can Uga go first?
If that's what you prefer, Ukba.
3.
3.
6.
Okay, here's my thing. What were you gonna say before 6?
8. So.
Oh, there you go. I thought you had to say 1, and then I was gonna be in a really awkward position because this is
Okay,
2.
cool.
Ugba, you are ridiculous. Ugba, would you like to go first or second?
Second, are you crazy?
You ain't shit, Ugba. All right. Somebody's mama. The floor is yours.
My mama used to say, girl, if you stand still long enough, God will call you to move. And my mama ain't no lie. I mean, for 13 years, I sat in the belly of a whale. I mean, I was swallowed, waiting until God came, troubled the water, which, if said plainly, simply means for 13 years, I refused to write. Because I was convinced that points outweighed my testament. See, points are synonymous with doubt. Doubt is synonymous with fear. Fear quiets the glory in the girl, and Pandora's the poet's testimony. To do either is blasphemous. To do either is to question the resurrection. I mean, I stopped writing because the applause did not last long enough for me to truly feel my shit. I mean, I got drunk off the shake of the stage. I mean, once upon a block somewhere in the Bronx, God gave me a purpose I could pour all my hunger into. I mean, I was hungry or empty, and he filled the void with a lover or a book. I mean, a hero or a language that understood just how hungry broke bitches from the Bronx be. I mean, I was sure I was a bitch, and from the block with too much to say, and I felt like no one heard me, like a waste of breath, which, if said plainly, means I allowed my ego to create a crucifix on which I took God's gifts in vain. To do this is synonymous with silence. Silence is an immaculate excuse. The poet calls it writer's block. The girl calls it 9 to 5. Both are root words for standing in your own way. Both are root words for a faulty faith. I mean, for 13 years, I was a hand net and a name tag. I was 37-hour weeks talking shit about the poems I wrote on my break. I was calling myself a fry cook, convinced that I could fill the hunger I felt with the busy of a temporary life. I mean, I swallowed my purpose, trespassed against myself. I mean, I was swallowed, waiting or standing in my own way. And so God came, troubled the water. He sent the poet a microphone and the girl a mountain that would not move. And so I became synonymous with surrender and remembered to praise every day I live a life worth fighting for. Praise the hunger and the empty, how I stayed busy enough to make God laugh. I mean, to be both girl and poet is a praise dance, which is to say, my mama ain't no lie. Faith is a blind eye. Closed my eyes and now I see me clear. For 13 years, I stood still, and then God came and moved everything.
Somebody's mama. That was a poem. I think that's a fairly neutral thing to say. Okay, can I get my judges, please, Cap? There go the good sis Shavizi. There goes the iconic Elemental, the boss Masterpiece, the angel She Unapologetic, and the firebrand Amanda Shea. Okay, great. From low to high in 1, 2, 3. What you got? All right. Ooh, we have a 9.2. That's not bad for masterpiece. And we got another 9.2. Twinsies. Okay. And then we got a 9.3. We have a 9.8. And I think, what is that, our second 10 of the evening? It's hard to say. My computer still got smoke coming out of it. Second 10. Thank you, Shabazz. If anyone would know, it would be Shabizi. All right, judges, thank you so much. Now, the second poet of the match. Give your energy to Ugba.
At the King Camayetta, I transcribe God's babble into the rigid concision of a 3-minute time limit. There's no telling what event a midnight in a blank page might create. I've been writing these poems lately. They stink of an epiphany found in the back of my freshman gym locker. They got a chewy, tough taste to them, type to tempt you with a secret while staring at you through your daddy's eyes. I don't know what it is. Lately, all my scribbles been outlining a trace of Asada Shakur's face. We have nothing to lose but our chains and our breath and our nerve when the poem decides to turn and finger fuck the back of my cutesy conclusion sideways with his face down. Dear God, must my 4 a.m. have a needle in its plot? I've been writing these multiverse biographies that uproot the deal I made with complacency. Whenever I think I've mastered every rhyme, my notebook acts as the bathroom mirror to show me another pour, and I pour and pour and poor thing. The poem ain't even know a grudge was tucked beneath that soft spot, but in my defense, I ain't either. Who knew a writing prompt about a sunny day would bring such rain to all the boys who've ever tried to play me? I've been finding poetry in the crook of my own neck lately. One line even broke that mold statue image you try to trap me in. Have you ever had to hold a stanza back as it spit blood over your shoulder? I've been corralling these poems lately. They hiss like rage is their favorite lyric, but they frontin' because they dissonant. Could barely keep the tune of their own logic. Did I really love him, or was his memory just a scarlet door that leads the quickest to pen ink? These poems and I got to discuss boundaries, the ones that were requesting more of my heart than my mouth. How much salt do you need from me? Is it not enough that I acknowledge every day is a day a poem has made? And why poem anyway, when we really mean a holy soaked alphabet, a drunken scratch of a deity's tooth? This is for the #1 Caesar cut cute little gay black boy who learned how to load bullets into that switch in his hips, the one who grew to talk so slick everyone's afraid to feature him. Word is, he writes haikus that bully the rest of the verbs in the room, and it's true. I'm a blessed nigga who calls himself ungrateful. What do you expect? Of course, the verbiage is complex. I've been writing riots lately. The characters shake on my screen. I couldn't tell you what it means, but the work keeps repeating. Something is coming. Something very good is coming.
Poetry lovers, Ugba and somebody's mama. What a bout. I loved that bout so much. I poured a little bit too much vermouth in this particular drink, but that bout seems to have balanced it out. So thank you, somebody's mama, and thank you, Ugba. I appreciate it. Okay, judges, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Throw it up. Ooh-wee. From low to high, where are the low scores? Oh, there they are. Okay, we have a 9.5. We have a 9.6. We have a 9.7. We have a 9.8. And we have a 10. It's hard to say to hell with those scores, so those scores were glorious, but also show some love to that poet. Paul, what do we got?
Okay. Sorry. I got another dose of pain for y'all.
No, don't you dare! That was such a good bout, Paul. You can't do this to us. My computer is dead. Be nice.
I'm shook. Okay.
What happened? Oh, it's gonna be some bullshit. I take off my glasses. Give me a sip of my drink. Come on.
Okay. Ugba. 29.1.
Great.
Somebody's mama.
All right.
28.3.
That's the end?
That's the end. I'm just in
Oh, I
pain.
thought there was going to be a time penalty or something. You had me dying over here. Well, listen, both of you, somebody's mama and Ugba, I'm so amazed by that bout. You both gave us an incredible moment, and I am grateful to both of you. But moving on to the final round is Ugba. All right, y'all. So Jasmine, before we move on to the second match of round two. Jasmine said something in the chat. What was it about? Were you talking about the open mic, Jazz?
Yes, I was.
You want to give that announcement right quick?
Do you want to sign up? Please DM me. I will put you on the list. Thank
Y'all,
you.
I know there's mad poets in here, and especially if you were in the lottery and didn't get your name picked, please sign up for that. But I know that the rest of y'all got something in the journal, in the notes app. We both know it's good. Stop lying to yourself, and more importantly, stop lying to me. Stop playing. Sign up for the open mic hosted by Kat. All right, but now we welcome Italy versus Nina. Let me see. Oh no, my post-it notes are gone. No problem. I have a hand. Okay, we'll go with what's a good number? This number could determine who wins. Oh, that's a lot of fresh. Okay, we'll go with that. All right. Nina, I've written a number on my hand between 1 and 10. What do you think it is?
6.
6. Interesting choice. I wonder what made you pick that. And Italy, what you got?
4.
4. The number was, what does it take to be number 1? 2 is not a winner, and 3 nobody remembers. Italy, would you like to go first or second?
Second.
Second. Oh, Italy. Okay. Show your love, y'all. Nina.
Today I commuted on the E-train to my office in Times Square. A 9 to 5 and 2 cups of coffee. I took the same train home, a crowded bus. I get off after Main Street, roll to my apartment, finally burst to the door, look in the mirror for the first time today, and there, in all of its misplaced, overlooked glory, is last night's bra shining from the back of my wheelchair. Fuck. How did I leave that? Oh, it must have been when, oh dear God, did everyone in my office? Wait, everyone on the subway. The bus driver who had to strap in my chair. I'm 89% sure I'm going to end up on the internet. Great, that's why that guy was smiling at me for so long this morning. Fuck you, my old metal six-wheeled friend, giver of freedom, of equality, transporter of life, of bodies, of my body, holder of all things important like my purse and my wallet and my dog when she sits in between my feet on my foot pedal, and now, apparently, my pink bra. I blame you for being so convenient, so available, so willing to help me carry most of my life with me while everyone else struggles with 4 bags. I hardly lift a finger. As much as I'd like to blame you for clinging onto parts of my life that never get privacy and parading them around, maybe I should thank you. Didn't we give them the show that they wanted? Woman enough to be an object, but still disabled, messy, forgetful, disheveled. When I roll out onto the street, isn't my body already on display? Burning under theater lights, sweating under the gaze of men twice my age, children, someone's grandmother, and probably everyone else. I might as well give them something scandalous if they're already looking when my body is public discussion. Everyone in Midtown already saw my pink lingerie flailing from the back of my chair. Maybe the lingerie is my chair, or my body, or the way it curves and bends and gives and breathes in ways no one else's does. Does it matter? Isn't everyone already thinking they're seeing something vulnerable about me just by looking at me? Aren't they already staring? Aren't they already talking? That man smiling at me, taking my bra as an invitation, is that really different than any other day I roll outside? Don't they already think that my body is open to them, assuming I'll give in because she must never get any anyway? I'm making history now, baby. Maybe they should pay me, throw me a dime, skin me alive, and even if I spent every day with a pretty pink undergarment hanging from my wheelchair, weren't they already looking
Another Nina classic. Okay. Judges. I know for most of y'all, this is the first time you've heard Nina, so I'm so curious to see what y'all think. All right, judges. I think we're done writing. We're putting caps on markers on the count of three. 1, 2, 3. Throw it up. Come on. We have from low to high a 9.2. And it looks in the mirror like Mulan and sees yet another 9.2. We go upstairs to a 9.3. Uh-oh, much like the stocks today, it went up to a 9.5. And like the good sis Chavez would say, a 9.7. And as much as we love those scores and those judges, we love the poet more. Thank you, Nina. But now we welcome the second poet of the match, Italy.
Domestic violence statistics from the CDC. 1, nearly every 1 and 2 women in the United States will face physical violence from an intimate partner at some point in their lives. 2, U.S. crime reports suggest that about 1 in 5 homicide victims are killed by an intimate partner. 3, in the USA, woman is beaten every 9 seconds. It's been 30 seconds. For lineages, abuse extends across generations like hand-me-downs. When mouths can't talk, hands do, because abusers only know the language of abuse. They may have been children that took more blows than they blew candles. They may have been children that took on more than they could handle. They may have been children that never got the chance to be a child. So now their emotions run wild, can only be spoken through motions. So now their toxic potions be confused for love of male abusers in the United States. 73% underwent childhood abuse. You know, fatherhood be like a noose on certain men. Can no longer pretend that the trend of toxic masculinity doesn't suffocate his inner child that doesn't exist. So he persists, let the cycle go on. Make sadness turn him savage. But our sisters, wives, and mothers be the ones that's really strong. And on this day, they strength really be in their smiles. Teeth be shining like mirrors, show abuser that he is still running from his inner child. And on this day, they strength really be in their communities. The way we walk with open arms, ready to take anyone from open harm. So on this day, we choose to walk to today. While a cut crease is a turn to a smoky eye, where a flinching face isn't our firstborn, where love is torn by a lack of commitment and not a commitment, where love is hand in hand and not a fist that's blind to the gentle, where your wounds don't spill into our joy, boy. Where aftercare is not her burial. So, boy, on this day, we hope you heal. Hope you give yourself the chance to feel. Choose words, not hurt. Stop this generational curse, because on this day, the poem that you just heard is 2 minutes and 17 seconds long. Meaning that by the end of this poem, 15 women would have been battered, broken, or gone. And that is why we walk.
Thank you, Italy. People throwing flower emojis in the chat in case you can't see. Somebody said somebody's mama should run for office. We need more people like her in office. I wonder what you mean by that, but also I know exactly what you mean by that because somebody's mom would get my vote. However, I am biased. But maybe that's the thing. Maybe everybody would be biased for it. I don't know. Okay. I need, oh, Paul Conqueso, another one of our hosts, says April is Sexual Assault and Domestic Abuse Survivors Month. So thanks, Italy. Dang, I don't think that was a very impartial thing to say. I was just trying to read the comments and be engaging. My fault, everybody. All right, judges. On the count of three. Oh, wait, hold on. I can't see Chavez. I don't know what's going on there. Shavizi, is your camera on? Is it just me?
No, yeah, Chevet, for some reason we have a blank screen for you. Let me see.
Today, if you want to just DM me your score, then we should be Gucci. And I hope you can hear me, friend. Pardon me, y'all.
I'm gonna
Dang.
ask Chevet to unmute. Chevet, can you hear us? I hope it's not frozen. Okay, it looks like we may have lost Chevet. Chevet, are you there? We're asking to unmute. Okay, now we got the video stopped. Let's see. Ask to start video. Chevet, if you can hear us, unmute yourself temporarily.
Okay, y'all. I'm gonna buy us some time. As engaging as it is to watch Ron try and solve technical issues. And that sounds sarcastic, but no, I watch him solve the impossible over and over, and I literally do be enjoying it because like I'm also kind of a tech bro myself. But I understand that that isn't everybody. So I'm gonna read you guys a quick sonnet about technology, since it has been so much a problem tonight. This is a quick little sonnet called What Will Happen When the Robots Do All Human Jobs? Teachers, doctors, waiters, poets, therapists, and cops. Humanity replaced by a factory with legs that won't have to eat or bathe and the masters need and pay. Who will tap the tablet screen to purchase a hot meal? No jobs means no money. So will every person steal. Will we get no mercy from the artificial cops, or be targeted on the spot, or be harvested as crops? Poultry, cattle, mutton, pork, and fish these days are rare, even for the robot-owning class of billionaires. When you witness climate change, celebrate and cheer. Otherwise, you're spreading fear, and to the farm, you'll disappear. Every artificial thought a robot's mind can make costs a cup of water and eventually a lake, and eventually a forest until species go extinct. But with no more animals, who will be the meat? Who will robot owners eat when Earth's no longer blue? If you do not eat the rich, okay, then the rich eat you. And that is my little sonnet. Okay, Chevet is back. Oh, that is so good. I was over here. I probably shouldn't say that. I was very deep in my document. I couldn't see Chevet. All right. I'm glad that everybody is back. All right, judges, on the count of three. 1, 2, 3. Throw it up. What we got? From low to high, we have a 9.2. We're going to go upstairs to a 9.3. Who is that girl I see standing there back at me? 9.3 again. And then we go upstairs to the twins, 9.8 and 9.8. To hell with that score. Give it up for that poet. All right. Shout out to technology for catching up to us. Paul, do we have a situation?
Yeah. A good one.
Oh, okay, cool. It's my favorite kind.
Or a bad one.
Don't make me nervous, bro. As long as I don't have to do a tiebreaker, I'm good.
Well.
No!
On time. They're both in time. Okay.
Okay, bro. He does this to me on purpose. Bro, heart problems run in my family. Easy with these false tiebreakers. I'm so nervous.
Nina, 28.0. Italy, 28.4.
Ooh. Okay. So then it is shout out to our top four poet from last year, Nina. Nina, it was so nice to have you, and I hope that you come back real soon. We've missed you so much. You are one of the best. Can't deny. Better than most of the rest. But moving on tonight, we have from Slam NYU, Italy. Oh my God. And with that, we got a top two. Ugba versus Italy. I wonder who will win. But more importantly, it's about y'all because Slam is about bringing poetry to the people. So more importantly, who do you think will win? In fact, who's in charge of polls tonight? Is it Jasmine?
I'll be doing it.
Oh, Ron. Okay, Ron, can you run that poll for us? Everybody who's in the Zoom for us, I want to just know your opinion. Let's put down a prediction. You don't got to put no money on it. Just put your guess on it. Who do you think's gonna win between Ugba and Italy? And while that happens, I'm going to bring up our final sacrificial poet of the night. This is a poet who started out in my slam workshop, went on to win a Bowery Monday, and then moved on to the final Friday. Then moved to Philly, and who knows what's next. We miss you so much. But luckily, the new reconstruction with all its technical difficulties and renovations that allows us to reach out to homies who have moved on to other cities. Um, this poet is great, and I'm so excited to share them with you. Please welcome Dr. Z Page, and we'll run this while the poll keeps going. Okay, you're unmuted now.
They say they love me, but oh, honey, a man's love is contingent on the color of my nails, the clothes I wear, and the jewelry hanging from my ears, the styling of my hair. Gillette razor blades scrape my knees like a knife to my throat. Men write love letters, words that cut, covering blood with toilet paper. Why does it matter if my legs aren't bare? My first date with a man, he grabbed my hand, holding it tenderly, yet couldn't hold in his disgust that my nail polish had chips on them. It's chipped love, breakable by the time I take a break to pay a nail salon. I'm not a payout, but men buy me drinks like they're buying me. They get angry if I don't take it and compensate by holding the door, ignoring they wouldn't have to if they didn't create it in the first place. On the first date, I always fear they'll steal first base, adding more date rapes to their keychains. They act like knights driving me in sharp cars when they actually treat me like their dull steed, someone to ride, roll, can't rein it in, like no saddle is needed. I could be more than a good knight, though. A mistress of insight, someone whose hands can type prose that slits their chest, releasing that freak out of them. I'm someone to empower, flowing amplifiers magnify the profound sound of my voice. I could become their muse. But instead, I became paid tokens. Pennies of femininity take 80 cents per dollar. So I'm stuck in the nosebleeds, outfield stretchers, only called in to relieve their stressors when I could stretch my legs, begging for baseballs to hold as if they're collectibles. In the end, they always leave me lying there defeated, depleted, deleted, as if my existence is built on man's conceited insecurities, exploited from a patriarchy whose ideas are unfounded, founded on the pursuit of happiness that happens to be my body. Women's razors are disposable because they think we are too. Not even worth saving shavers, but shaving our worth, dumped into a bathroom trash can, a menstrual pad, bloody from resisting until I give in, hypnotized. Now I just shave my damn legs before every date, and all women can say is, welcome to womanhood.
No. I'm gonna be impartial for like 20 more seconds, but please show your love for Dr. Z Page. Oh man, just so many poets that I enjoy tonight. It's very hard to remain, composed. But judges, I wonder what y'all think. I wonder if y'all feel the same way. Um, Dr. Z Page, Philly is so lucky. All right, there goes Shabbat. Wonderful. All right, y'all. I drug out the word y'all so that Masterpiece could have a little bit more time. All right, on the count of three. 1, 2, 3. Throw it up. That was not simultaneous. Come on, we are synchronized swimmers until now. No, come on, y'all. All right. From low to unapologetic. Come on. All right, there we go. From low to high, we have an 8.7, and you know exactly who that was. You have a 9.0. Thank you. We have a 9.4, a 9.5, and as Shabay would say, my favorite score of all, a 9.7. Oh, Dr. Z, you keep working. You are maybe 4 poems away from being unfuckwittable. And yeah, I'm just taking a moment because they started in my workshop. Yeah. Like one thing you can't say about Dr. Z Page is they did not copy their performance style from anybody on Button or Voices in Power, etc. That is a very original voice. Keep honing that. Wow. I am so excited. You better move back to New York. We need you back. Oh, we miss you. But without further ado, it is time for our final match, y'all. I am so excited. We have the results in for the poll, and I'm going to wait for the match. And before we reveal the winner, I'll reveal the poll, and we'll see if the judges and the people agreed. The more data we can get, the better. Okay, I have written down a score. Nobody has seen it, like somebody's mama. Italy, between 1 and 10, what are you thinking?
6.
6?
Yeah.
Okay. Ugbizi.
5.
5. Okay. First of all, I'm so excited for both of y'all. Y'all have made your way through many a great poet to make it to this top 2. So no matter what, congratulations to the both of y'all, and I hope to see y'all again. Y'all are both incredible. The answer was 2. So, Ugba, you won the coin flip. Would you like to go first or second? All right, Ugba. All right, y'all, show your love for the first poet in the final match, Italy.
When my brother sleeps, it seems that moonlight only casts on his body. The darkness swallows him whole, but the moon knows where the light is needed. For black boys aren't given a chance to step into their sunshine, moonlight. Be the stars spilling prayer into our boys for the noise. Won't let them sleep for too long. Scab scars turn fresh wound in the nighttime. When black boys bleed, there's no band-aid that could be a cage for the rage. My brother be praised for his physique, but only I know why he felt like he needed to get strong. Black boys stretch their wounds, convince their mountain climbers when they're really just on the stairmaster, mastering their trauma. Convinced sweat be their only tears. Who you know been in the plank since birth, hypermasculinity just sits up on their backs, abs stacked with grief. The release never looks like therapy. Black boy turned 18, he real strong. The U.S. done found another nigga for their military. You know, black skin be weaponized from birth. And the U.S. need the weapon of the highest worth, so they recruit the boys with the biggest guns. Don't paint their front lines black, using black rage to protect white comrades. Black boys don't have the luxury of looking in, so they can only look out. Black boy can't find a way out, so we can only look into the military brochure signing 6 figures. Convinced that the money will make him bigger, pull him up over water. My brother is going to the Navy soon. never saw those two things fit into a stanza. The strongest person I know sworn in as the weakest citizen fight for stripes that only cut his battle scars, the only stars he have been told to chase are on the American flag. But when I look into his eyes, I never see stars, only the moonlight. So I call on her to protect him from the stars that America will shoot in his ears. They'll call it patriotic. I'll call it patronizing. The way they'll tuck our boys into beds with their flags, false fabrics, fabricating lies. How barren, whenever bare arms, it's crazy. How generational cycles be so heavy. But my brother got the lightest spirit, got the brightest future. I mean, the darkest plan, I promise. I understand how darkness stands and fear morphs into failure. But all you could do now, brother, is look towards the light. Hope our hopes bloom brightness overseas, and that this badge of honor ain't just a prophecy, and that this badge of honor is truly worth it. But just know that even when you leave, I'll just be thanking the moon for her service.
Poetry lovers, that is Italy. Wow. I wonder if anybody else wants to sign up for the open mic and hit up Jasmine. This is it's pretty much go time. If you're being trepidatious, stop. Tonight's the night. You heard all these great poems. What a great stage they have set for you. Tonight is the night to read your new ish. Okay. From low to high, we will see in 3, 2, 1. Throw it up. Ooh, we have a 9.2, and you know exactly who that was. We have a 9.6. So much love, though. So much love. We have a 9.8. We have a 9.9, almost perfect. And we have a 10. And I think that is She Unapologetic's first 10 of the night. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay. All right. Tough to beat that. Phew, I need to take a moment to breathe. Take a moment to breathe. We're doing good on time. It's 12:11. Okay. Wow. Let's give that some space. Let's give that some space. That is enough. Now, let's show some love for the last competing poet of the night, Ugba.
How do you write about loneliness without feeling more alone or more like a writer? Every time I write the word alone, my page winks at me, tells me close the door, light a candle, stay in here with me, tell me, confide in me. To be a lonely writer oftentimes means to be best-selling. Toni Morrison would wake while the day was still a breath swept in a dream and scribble supernovas, while audience by soundlessness were taught it's best to be alone when you do this. I wrote the most I had in 5 years after I left my husband. His phantom would grease my scalp as I cried burning vows into a Google Doc. What does the writer do when the pain is in cahoots with the reward? Find us, headphoned at your nearest cafe, typing out a world no one will ever be able to speak to us in. And I want to write a feel-good poem about being alone. A table for one, pure apple juice, kung pao chicken kind of poem. I want a single balloon, flame-kissed wish, dirty jazz sonnet, but the words only come out to the color that calls them, and this lonely is a shade of little Maya Angelou's face. During the chapters of her life, she decided not to speak. I know why the caged bird sings. It's because he has nothing else to do. So figured while alone in this room, might as well make something beautiful. And ain't all us writers caged birds in that way? Just a feather in a flock, turn quill in the dark. I need you to know I'd rather be writing a love poem, but I don't know if they come in my size anymore, or if I'm just tired of love sizing me up. Do I have to say divorce? Have we reached the skin-slitting loose leaf edge of this piece? Are you ready to see me unravel me? I've grown so desperate for affection, I've allowed strangers to tattoo their ink onto my body. The pain reminds me that the point is to survive the writing. Since beginning this piece, my pen has highlighted every square inch of my apartment that is empty, labeled it my muse, encouraged me to take the barren in, and like a dutiful writer, I did, because I knew there will be a message in it. And isn't it always about the message unless the messenger, my friend, tells me there is an outbreak of loneliness amongst men our age, and I am convinced that this is it. The reason why the poem kept returning to my doorstep, a Jehovah eager for a witness. I am so proud of myself for writing this. I pray to God for the courage to keep reciting it.
And thus, that is the last competitive poem you hear of the night. Man, incredible. Let me get my judges. Thank you, Cap. Man, what an incredible night. Y'all, it is so much pressure being impartial and not adulterating the slam. Luckily, I have these judges who can't be adulterated. Oh man. Otherwise, yo, I would be swaying the god of like random tourists. Imagine this slam, but we're in the Puerto Rican Traveling Theater and it's random tourists being the judges. I might be have like one native New York couple in the back there. Oh my goodness, man. Everything happens for a reason, Bruja, because this is exactly the set of judges we needed for this level of poetry tonight. All right, judges, on the count of three. One, two, three. Throw it up. Come on. From low to high, we have a 9.6. Who is that girl I see standing straight back at me? Another 9.6. We're going upstairs to a 9.8. Ooh, that's in some ways better than 9.7, but yeah, that's a 9.8. Then we have a 9.9. She unapologetic said not quite perfect, but Amanda Shea said, nah, that's a 10. All right. And I will say to hell with those scores, although I love these judges. And please give your energy and your love to that poet. All right. Wow, y'all. Listen, before Paul breaks hearts, not with his looks, but with his math, I just want to say, like, yo, that was an incredible night. And our final bout consisted of poets from two generations. One who is just getting started, very new in their poetic journey. And a lot of poets know what it's like to be new and incredible and gifted and inspired and just full of infinite energy for their craft. And then we had another poet who is of another generation and much further in their poetic journey, having heard billions of poems, having survived burnout and other obstacles, and still remains and doesn't give up. Two very different points, two incredible points, two incredible artists. I'll go ahead and break our hearts.
Tony, what did you say about judges?
That we love them and they're super great.
Okay.
They're so
We
great.
love, we love
We
them.
love them. Oh,
We're,
why?
we're in a situation that we might have found ourselves in at
No.
PRTT before.
No! What happened?
Well, let's go over the times.
That was such a beautiful match, bro.
They're both in time, but
Okay, right.
Italy,
Right.
29.3.
Okay.
Ugba, 29.3.
Now,
I told you not to use the massage gun on your face.
you're so right. That hurt like hell. but not as much as a tie in the final round. Two generations, two different points in their careers. One full of, inspiration, the other rugged in having survived burnout and many challenges. Holy cheese. And I can even be like, damn, we're so low on time. There's nothing we can do. No, we have plenty of time. Now, y'all, listen, I've had this is what my fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth martini in my bank account. It's been a lot of martinis. So I'm gonna be candid. We have a whole structure. If there's a tie in round one, we ask the judges to just vote again. Round two, we do this whole amazing thing that you'll have to come and see at a live New Eurekan event. So if you're in New York, come pull up to a Final Friday. But in the event of a tie in a final round, I can't leave it up to chance. We have to run it back. Oh, yes! Both Italy and Ugba will have to do another poem, and the judges will have to run it back. We wouldn't do this at any other point in the slam because that's OD, but it is the final match. But I will first do the pleasantries. Ugba, do you have another poem?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go,
You
Italy.
all you
Period.
want.
Period. Italy.
Period.
Italy, are you out of poems?
Never.
That's crazy because you're so new in your career. Y'all, this is really beautiful, y'all. We have somebody brand spanking new in the Cupsy College era, and then we have a whole vet with many accomplishments. Oh my God, these are both very powerful poets in very powerful moments in their career, very high stakes in their career, very high stakes level poets in general. Okay, holy cheese, we are running it back. How blessed art thou, the members of the audience? Because this pretty much never happens. Okay, let me see here. How are we going to do this? Oh, that is the perfect number. I don't know why, but it is. All right. Italy, you were asked first last time, so I'm going to go with Ugba first this time. Ugba, please pick a number between 1 and 10. Take your time.
Better let me unmute. 7.
7. Italy.
Yo, that's crazy. We're really in alignment. I was literally gonna say the exact same thing. 3.
Damn. You might have ate that. Fuck, I knew you did.
Oh, but you've been doing so good on the
No,
battle
eventually.
draws. Italy. Would you like to go first or second?
Second.
Second.
You're muted.
How was I muted? All right. Run it back. First, Ugba.
I say I'm only here for bad bitch shit, and this time I mean it. Foxy Brown down to the Kim and them, Queen L and Lauren, UNITY. UNITY, that's for unity. And this is for the women MCs. Light as a rock, ass so big like the sun. She who elementals the alphabet. She who lunar bends the 16. She who brings blood to the teeth. This is for my girlies, women, ladies, bad biddies with the pristine word economy. How you do that, that. Roxanne Shante was only calf high to a light pole when she started cutting men down with a verse. First, to do niggas dirty on wax as she soaked her laundry. The history of femcs is a coven of slick night women who understood the terrain. New tracks needed bars, so they trained. Lady of Rage, rough and stuff in the afro puffs. This is a piece for my appreciation, Miss Ma'am. I loosened my tongue for this one. Kept something in the holster for the thick hip wordsmiths. If it wasn't Nikki with the imagery, it's No Name with the framing. Who here can say they weren't birthed by a rap vixen sentence? Lady Chirac from the Bronx touched a razor to a tongue, and all the kiddies sang along. An oceanic influency, a Lamaze breath over a Timberland beat. Beat, beat. Who got the keys to the Jeep? Missy's Mystique, all heavy metal and reflective like azalea banked on. What we talking about? Pretty dangerous. Thorn on a flower shit. This is for the women who crack through the concrete too. This is for Jazz the Rapper, E Heart and official battle rap sirens who dare to speak with a bullet between their teeth. Doechii, Cardi, Pebbles, P, and Eve. This is a respect thing. I took time with these verses, sis. I promise this because a man should do it. All respect to 21 Sav, but what about Tierra Whack? How she matriculates a dinner plate. 5 guys, let's make it 8. 8 off the swastika homemade lasagna. I speak this because my mother probably could have been a rapper too if she didn't have a man squeezing the wrist of her writing hand. But it's 7 p.m. Friday. It's 95 degrees. I ain't got no nigga, and no nigga ain't got me. Psych, I got you, sis. Tuck so picturesque pretty in this verse. Niggas finna bow when they hear this, and let a froggy jump if I rib it. I'll peel the skin off a verb with the quickness. Don't be ignorant. You can't love hip hop and not love black women, but this isn't a piece so the voiceless can speak. It is simply an acknowledgement of history. Megan got shot by Tory, and some of my brothers blame everything but that man's finger, and I can't quite put mine on it either. I pull this from the depths of Sheether, an ode to the rap girls I call home. August, Reggie, and Black Mary. May your gravitas drag these niggas by their collared part. Dead ass.
Ladies and gentlemen, hopefully for the last time, Ugba, just because I can't imagine another tie. That would be bonkers. Oh my God. All right, judges, do not be nice. Be very, very, very brutal, just so that we do not have another tie. We know that both of them are incredible, but we also know that you, the judges, have a very critical eye, and if you
Tony,
didn't do that, you wouldn't. What's up?
do we handle this differently?
Oh, that's right. That's right. You're absolutely right. Don't even worry about that score. What we're gonna do, y'all, pardon us, this is the first time this has occurred in a virtual environment. You guys are not going to give a score. You're gonna vote on which of the poems you enjoyed more. So keep that score to yourself. You can keep that for data, but we're gonna thank you, Paul. We're gonna welcome back to the stage, hopefully for the last time tonight, Italy.
Italy, I'm sorry, you got muted again. That I think that was on our end. Sorry about that. Okay, try. Okay, please
Thank you,
restart the
Ron. I
time again. I'm
appreciate
so
you.
sorry, guys. That was a tech issue. That was not on Italy's. Okay, all yours.
Right, and so we're not gonna start the time until you speak.
Life doesn't feel like no song. More like a trap beat that no one can hop onto, just get trapped into beats beating us the heat. Hella climate change, but we can't seem to change the political climate, so the heat breathes down our necks. Our next month's rent seems to chase us before this month's rent. And this can't be no song. Because I remember getting trapped in the beat of Fetty Wap's Trap Queen in Jersey. We put arenas on the block, make the whole world talk, the way we sexy walked our sorrows into the pavement, the way we left back, right, back, up, back, down, back like, watch out for the big guns, because they'll bang, 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 rotate for me, hands up. How can life ever feel like a song if our harmonies are always getting stepped on, melodies turn melancholy? In Jersey, we love a good trap beat, but sometimes I wonder if we just wanted to be trapped in the beat, making rhythms our redemption. Club songs are kumbaya. Brick walls turn sound booth and never soundproof. Gotta make sure the ancestors know that we are still here, so we speak to them through the concrete jungle and say, we're still finding our sunshine through the concrete jungle. We're still digging our rhythmic roots from the pavement. They say, don't know place, make more projects than the projects, but police will project their flat chords ready to pop a minor to get trapped in the beat, never meant to get lost. We are slowly finding our way back to you because I can hear you in the beat, telling us to unload the trauma, put it back in the pavement. It makes sense why they say White folk don't got no rhythm. You never had to get trapped in the beat.
Just give me my judges, yo. Just wow. Okay, judges. First of all, Paul, thank you for reminding me. We've been working really hard on making the slam season as fair and as efficient as possible. And thus it's been a lot of conversations. So this is how we do things in the event of a tiebreaker. Um, Judges, which poem, not poet, but poem, did you enjoy more? Okay. If that poem was from Ugba, write Ugba's name. If that poem was from Italy, write Italy's name. And no matter what, y'all, I spent a lot of time thinking about who to invite to judge, so I know that you have the right answer. Okay. Wow. This was a dope night. I really hope that y'all enjoyed it. If we're in the background, I hope whatever is going on in the foreground has been blessed, because it has been blessed over here, even though my computer is destroyed. I know I'm gonna make it right back. I'm not even worried about it. I'm more so concerned on how this is gonna go. All right, judges. On the count of three. Oh my God. One, two, throw up the name. All right. I have one for Italy, one for Ugba, one for Italy, one for Ugba, and one for Ugba. Now listen, before we celebrate the homie, I just want to say, I know when I was first getting started, it was like, yeah, the older poets were more skilled than me, but I am finally here, and I have something important and magical and absolutely thoroughly necessary to say, and you are welcome. And it wasn't just me, it was all of the young homies back in the day. And as an older poet, I know what it's like to be on the other side of hearing a billion poems, having a billion losses, and having a million wins, and all of the lessons and all of the workshops and all of the skill increases that we get along the way. Both of those things in my heart are equally as important. Italy, I hope that you come back. Italy, I hope that you know that you are necessary. Italy, I hope that you know that we are so happy that you have finally arrived. Oh, and we are so excited to see what happens next in your career, in your life, and in your poetic journey. But tonight, experience did prevail. The workshops, the hours, the never giving up did prevail. Y'all, please show your love in the chat for the 2025 and 2024 New Eureka Slam team member, Ugba, nominated to participate in the Grand Slam in December. Y'all, he has worked so hard. Oh my God, he has worked unbelievably hard. Yo, Ugba, I am so electrified by your victory. Do you have anything to say? Take it away.
Yo, yo, I have been working hard, y'all. And like Italy, big the fuck up to you, okay? Cause you had me, I was like, ah shit. She out here, she hungry. Let me act like I'm hungry. So like big up to you, Italy. And yeah, y'all, I'm out this year just to my real point is to push pens and to like push this art for real. And I've been getting pushed myself. So yeah, I'm outside. I'm outside.
Y'all, it's very easy for a veteran poet to get lazy, to feel conceited, to feel like, oh, I deserve to win. But Italy did not allow that. Italy came through with the necessary message, the beautiful pen, the God-given talent, and the necessary presence in this moment. So that pushes us, no matter what age we are, how far we are in the poetic path, to continue going. So Italy, we're so thankful. And thank you to all of the poets who competed today from near and far. We had homies like Nina. I hope I see you soon. Daleen, we miss you. Dr. Z Page, we miss you. Sola Kush, we hope that you come back whenever you are ready. Somebody's mama, you already know. Who am I missing? Oh, I'm missing somebody. Chev, welcome back. Hope to have you again. You're always welcome. You are part of this as well. Shout out to the other sacrificial poets, Steffortless and Dr. Z Page, and just everybody involved, y'all. This was an incredible night, and special congratulations to Ugba. No matter where you are in your poetic journey, these victories are hard earned because everybody is in a different place with a different amount of electricity. All right, y'all. This was an incredible night, and I'm so glad that the judges stayed the whole night. I am so grateful to them. I'm thankful to y'all. I hope that your evening was enriched, and I'm going to pass it off to the homie Cap, who is going to host the open night. Take it away, Cap.
Hey, y'all. I am so enthused. I'm over here fucking sweating, screaming, crying. My sister's so mad because she's trying to sleep, but oh well. Um, what a night. For those of you who are hanging out for the open mic, hi, my name is Cap. Um, I have a real short list, so I'm not going to be much of a stickler on time. Um, I have Alan Gary, I have Daleen Santana, I have Paul Conqueso, and Poetic Desire. If you want to jump on this open mic list, please hit up Jasmine. Um, uh, yeah. But while folks decide if they're gonna get on the list or not, is it cool if I open up with a poem myself? Okay, I'm seeing some smiles and snaps. Okay, slick. Um, I wrote this piece when I was really sick and by myself and just high off the drugs. So enjoy. Of all the chaos one may endure, none is more worthy than love. I'd sacrifice my own lungs to help you breathe easier on your illest night. Strip the layers of onion for boil with my bare hands and a smiling face, though tears burn my cheeks. Peel ginger with the edge of spoons or the edge of fingernails and heat the water with my own fury, my own miserable need to burn all that stands in our way. I'd gleefully anoint your feet with the holiest oil, Vaseline, frankincense, and Vicks. Wrap them in my hair like Magdalena or my hospital socks. Grippy side up for maximum foot slip against the softest blanket I own. I'll wash the blankets daily, even though it costs way too much, but nothing fares to your grin pretending to smell the fresh out the dryer scent. Unsure if you can't smell because you can't smell, or you can't smell because I use free and clear everything. Your confusion masked by appreciation is the song to my summer. My gentle humming while keeping your forehead cool is the song to yours. I'll be the beaming sun in your winter. Kiss cheekbones, nose bridge, cupid's bow, collarbone, kiss your whole temple from temple to Vic's toe just to keep you warm while always keeping your head cool. I'll keep cool too. Take deep breaths and huff menthol when I'd rather pop, shake vigorously and sway gently when I need your touch but can't have it. I'll go back to therapy. I'll speak to my ancestors about nudging yours. Ask them to bring us even closer somehow, closer than the wheeze in each strained breath, closer than the thermometer to your tongue, closer than the sweat to your chest or your chest to my hands. I'll ask them to cure you, but only if you'd cure me too. Only if your alchemy is as feverish as mine, and your need to remove my anguish is what pulls the moon up every evening. I only want your thank you if it's soaked in ginger, lemon, and honey, dripping from your lips to mine to keep the ill away from me. I only want your thank you in cinnamon and clove, in anise and agua florida. Hold your thanks for tubs filled with dried petals and rinsing cascarilla from my hair. Hold your thanks until the tides turn and you can tell me about all the fever dreams of the night before. The one in which I told you I love you tonight. I love you in passing. I love you in passion, in silence, in fasting. I love you in my roots and my stems, from my berries to your tongue, from my leaf to your mug. I love you from my father to yours. Tell me about the dream you had, where I braided your hair before tucking you in, where sunrise twinkled through cracked curtains just enough to bounce off the suncatcher you never noticed was there before, where the night was long and tumultuous with critter beings at your feet and nightingale fluttering against your body. Tell me about that dream and how it felt to wake up with a broken fever. Kiss my hand. I'll brush your nose with my thumb and hum of you as I wait for worthy chaos to return. Thank you. Yo, it's so awkward that like the room is quiet because I see your reactions, but I'm like, oh my God, I'm alone.
Yeah.
Boom. So
Boom.
I now that the room is nice and open, I am going to just go down my list. If you still want to sign up, let me know. I'll just add you to the bottom. So on deck, we have Daylene Santana, but right now we have our guy, Alan Gary. Ooh, ooh.
Thank you, Cap. That was beautiful.
Oh my God, it's Alan. I'm so excited.
Well, tonight I'm going to premiere a piece which comes from my memoirs, and I'm going to slam it tonight. It is a universal premiere. My friend Stephen was 8 years old. I was the same age. Now I am older while he never became 9. His life left his body less than 15 minutes after he plunged 8 floors from his apartment to the ground. Police arrived before the ambulance and loaded him onto a nearby board from a refuse pile. In the back seat of a squad car, he died before reaching the hospital. I killed my baby, I killed my baby, I killed my baby, with the harrowing wails resounding from Stephen's mother, peering out of the window from her recently deceased son's bedroom. It was an oppressively sweltering Sunday afternoon in August, devil's hot, even for an August day in Brooklyn. I arrived on the scene of my companion's demise about an hour after the fact. His mother's frenzied yells had already subsided. The crowd of curious onlookers had not. I soon learned the story of my friend's end. Stephen was given the task of going to the store by his mother. She gave him $10. Seems he lost the money. Awaiting his punishment from her, he sat by the open window in his room. His only relief from the stifling heat of the day consisted of a hoped-for breeze by the portal of his eventual demise. Stephen's mother entered the room, intent on giving him a whipping. Her hope was that it would teach him a lesson to be more responsible. Raising his arms in a fitful attempt to ward off her blows, he lost his balance from his perch atop the sill of his window. If angels exist, they may fly. Children do not. My friend, whom I walked side by side to school each day, talking, smiling, and laughing, to assuage our fears of bullies and unknown things in the world, of which there were many to us couple of kids, for us this walk would never take place. I surveyed this landscape of the field of death where moments before my friend lay. Earth from the small patch of garden adjacent to the concrete had taken on an eerie redness to it. It was not sandstone or red potting soil. It was the life essence of a small boy whose body had once ran through. Stephen was a brilliant child and a good one as well. He was in the gifted class in school. This classroom had always been elusive to me, as I had lacked the maturity to go along with my increasingly rising grades in school. Nevertheless, a bright shining star had been snatched, or more accurately, thrown from this world into another place. What vessel of infinite wisdom brought forth this deed? Which God in heaven allowed the destruction of not just a child, but the hope of a family to not experience the cruel childhood demise of their son and brother? Was it the same Heavenly Father which allows for genocides, holocaust, pogroms, and sundry mass murder? Death by any other name remains the same. What lesson is there to be learned in the termination of the life of my good friend? What have I done to reap the reward of a continued life? Was my friend from youth blessed to have been taken to a better place? How can a nihilistic lens not focus my vision? I carry the love for my friend in my heart for always, but I cannot condone the violence committed to his spirit. I am angry. His body was violated by a gravity not of this creation, and it was overseen by the creator of his body. Thank you.
My God. Oh, talk about a freaking debut. Jesus. Alan.
Ah,
I want to say God bless, but now I'm like, damn, maybe not. But wow, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Good
The
word.
beauty of this not being a slam is that I don't have to be impartial, and that shit was fire. I love a storytelling. Thank you, Alan.
I had to say it took many, many years to write it. And I know it's intense, but you know what? I will never have an answer to that important question. But when I wrote it, though, I realized, you know what? I still have the love, and I that has to be enough.
Mm. That's a poem in itself right there, gotta say. Okay. Ooh, I need some water. I need to refill. All right, on deck we have Paul con queso, but right now we have back on the stage, Daylene Santana. Yes.
Hi. It's an open mic, so I just want to say thank you so much for saying yes to me when I commented and I said, pick me, pick me. It means a lot to me to be here, and I don't take poetry or this lightly, so thank you so much.
Whatever, we wanted you for a minute. You just moved away.
No, I'm just so happy. Okay. Okay. See, I've never seen an ugly without a story. And I've known ugly in all its ugly glory. But I usually place ugly in its own ugly category. Like ugly takes up too much space, it needs its own territory. Now, I'm not trying to sound too accusatory, but when I speak of my illness, I put aside the ugly like it's obligatory. Because I fear if I share my ugly, you'll get all discriminatory and leave comments that'll leave me in a racing mental purgatory. When I usually speak words of my illness, I usually speak words of forgiveness. I speak my words for those who listen know they're not alone in this. And when I say ugly, I mean, when you woke up one cold morning, tears pouring down your cheeks because you can't remember where you are or how you fell asleep. Here, your episode is over, dear. Time for you to disappear and place this ugly right next to your past ugly memory around this same time last year when you closed your eyes and walked across the freeway because you felt like, God, that's right. You can walk on water. And everything God knows it's because you taught her. Officer, officer, why are you arresting me? Don't you have any sympathy? I have a mental illness. I just didn't take my meds religiously, but I'm a normal person. I'm a creative and I can't work a 9 to 5. I'm pursuing my dreams while my mental demons try to eat me alive. Officer, let's talk for 4 to 5 hours. I'll do most of the talking. I'll tell you how once I heard voices barking my name on a plane, and now every time I travel, I'll take some champagne for the pain. Officer, are you trained when you're confronted with a person like me, who technically hasn't been charged with any criminal activity? You think we're all scapegoats in today's society. You know, accepting I'm different brought out my true humanity. See, I know my ugly is ugly, and I can only speak for me. When I tell you when I was manic, I spent a ton of money, and my mind was hallucinating and playing tricks on me, like when my mother, father, sister were lovingly holding me. I actually saw them choking me. Until this day, when my mind replays this, that's all I'll ever see. And there is so much more ugly in so many stories. Society may call us crazy, but what we've been through isn't imaginatory. It's not just how we got through, it's what we've gone through. And now maybe, just maybe, your past ugly can be your future breakthrough. Thank you so much.
Yo. I'll clap. I'll be all the noise for everybody else. Oh my God. From the opening line, never seen an ugly without a story. Immediately, I was like, I'm sold. And that transparency, bro, thank you. That was beautiful. I need water, but then I know if I get up, I'm gonna miss poetry, and I can't do that either. So, again, if you want to be on the open mic list, let me know. DM Jasmine, DM me. Shit, I'm here. I'm paying attention. Text me if you got it. Whatever. Okay, Jasmine on the list. Period. So on deck we have Poetic Desire. But right now, give it up for our very own Paul Conqueso. No, it didn't do the thing.
It did
Hold
the
on.
thing. It did the thing.
Okay,
It took
thank
a
you.
second.
Dang.
It needed to cool down from all the heat in the room. So much love to everybody, the judges. Tony killed it. New Eureka team, y'all killed it. Yeah. Just let's get fucked up and die. Let's get fucked up and die. I'm speaking figuratively, of course, like the last time that I committed suicide, social suicide. And so I'm already dead on the inside, but I can still pretend with my memories and photographs. I have learned to love the lie. I want to know what it's like to be awkward and innocent, not belligerent. I want to know how it feels to be useful and pertinent and have common sense, yeah. Let me into the club, cause I want to belong and I need to get strong. And if memory serves, I'm addicted to words and they're useless in this department. See, I be Robin Williamses of their will to live, clearing them Heath Ledgers of debts to death. I mean, I be killing them. So let me be entirely Jason David Frank with y'all. I have no clue if it's morphin time, but I can talk with my hands too. Tie this rope around neck like Bantu knot and make no reservations for later. Anthony Bourdaining that self-doubt away. I've had Whitney use tons of it. So much it traveled down bloodlines just to sit in this chest like a birthright, an heirloom prepared soon to clutch the revolver. All killer, no filler. Grip the Mac Miller and prescription pill trigger our hope till we float away at Angus clouds, spilling purple rain onto pop royalty. No tee-hee, just moonwalking into the abyss, carving roadmaps to escape across the tender pavement of my wrists, filling drafts and pints as we swallow the bottle full of hollow and find ourselves at the bottom of a glass hostel. So when hung over, perhaps instead of throw stones at Amy Winehouses, we should frequent rehab. See, we have staked our reputation on excess and vices till they become devices so integral to the plot we can't Dickinson disentangle them from our fate. But there must be some other Hemingway opening doors to our Aziza Z Barnes as we Hunter S. Thompson, Virginia Woolf, Sylvia Plathing, gaslit range, all to watch our hopes go up in smoking guns, tubs to wash out the gunpowder scent, blowing out our own brains until we reach nirvana, awash in some sound garden, becoming black hole sun, anthem to come, this Chris Cornell acopia of coping, taking L's which swathe us in sensory. But I've become so numb, I can't feel or hear anything. Man, let Van Gogh of me. It's like I could Wilhelm scream, lungs out into this chest hurt Bennington, limestone mausoleum awash, when all we ever wanted was to link in parks and build monuments to the love we impart. I no longer lust paper gods, fuck Benjamins, because dead presidents set no precedent. I only covet what sets soul ablaze. So incendiary, I only hope I may someday evoke the flame of Aaron Bushnell when you say my name. See, we Caribbeans have hurricanes of the brain, but refrain from calling them tropical depressions. In his juice world so devoid of rest, yet I still have these lucid dreams where I can't move or speak. So codeine steep, we don't make a little people. When I hit that long Eddie Guerrero Latino heat, eternal sleep, don't hit reset, please. Bury my heart with a pen. Because you get no second lives in a grind culture driven capitalist nation. The only car I truly desire is reincarnation. No more contorting or self-torturing despite losing my mother, a marriage, a miscarriage, and so many other small forms of death attempts on my own life by me. Just know I'm so glad to be semicolon on this stage today, speaking to you through this screen, which I can ether rather than through ether of afterlife. I realize I'd rather survive with tribulations than too soon meet oblivion, like most of my heroes did. I implore you all, life is a gift, so keep the receipt and do not return it, yet you are too much of a blessing to think you are anything less than one of God's most precious instruments. Instead of getting fucked up just to die, why not find 13 divine reasons to finally get clean and live? Thank y'all.
I need to, Ron, where's the button that says unmute everybody? Where's that button? I've been looking for it. I
I'm
haven't
gonna
been
do
a
it
Zoom
right
girl in a
now.
long time. We need that button.
Fuego!
Yeah.
Storm God's in the motherfucking building, baby. Ah, incredible.
Seriously,
So
bro.
good.
Seriously. Went off.
So good. Nah, for real. And like using the names of the poets like that, like breaking it down. Shorty said, man, let Van Gogh of me. Bruh. When I tell you I was shouting, I know my sister hates me. But incredible. Thank you for that. Okay, so again, this is like we are approaching last call on this open mic list. We have Poetic Desire on deck is Chief, and then double deck is Jasmine G, and she might close it out. So this is your time to decide. So boom, like I said, Chief, you're on deck right now. Give it up for Poetic Desire. Hold on, let me find you.
All right. Hello, everyone. Hear me? All right. Lies, betrayal, deep, dark secrets harbored. Just how can this be the latest truth that I am forced to see? How can this be something so dark, sinister, the most absolute, unthinkable act that would ever be the last thing to ever, ever, ever cross my mind? A lie that has stayed so intact, a secret I never knew was a fact, a pact you made to yourself and those involved to hope from your end that it would stay just that. A truthful lie you constantly bend, never to be revealed, but in its own rightful time, it has now been brought to the surface. An eruption spewing hard truths, its burning embers forcing you to come to terms with what may soon happen, that your deceitful ways will now be brought out from the dark and into the light of this apocalyptic day. This day where all is about to soon change everything I've ever known, everything I thought that was, everything that I am now afraid of for this future I thought that was ours to be forever, 'cause now I wonder, signs. Were there signs? Was I blind to the signs that glaringly stared me straight in the face day after day after day for what has obviously been done for years now? Signs that I should have seen, but maybe brushed off as the norm? As a twinge of thinking in the back of my head, questioning, what's this? Why is this? Just how? An unexplainable, deep feeling of dread washing over me each time these inner thoughts are said. There's no explainable reason, no conclusive deduction my mind can ration to create for this and come to believe. So instead of confronting it to you, asking your thoughts of this discovery, I simply brushed it off, swept away as a trifling matter, dusting it with reasonings that made better, acceptable sense. Kept it silent to myself. Lips stayed sealed, thoughts tucked deep on a shelf of my subconscious mind, compartmentalized to stay there, perched on the fence of suspense, until it had its moments to show me now the reason I couldn't contemplate or begin to allow, forced to realize what I couldn't sense before, for the true reason behind it all has now unlocked its secret door. Unveiling reasons that would never be one to ever in a million years cause the deep recesses of my mind, for those thoughts would have to think the worst of you, when all I can remember and have seen was the best of you. The best of how you cared for me, for us. The best of how you acted so carefree, Funny, always able to make us laugh and put that smile on our face, never feeling as if I had to press the backspace, looking back to make edits, to delete corrupted info, challenging what? I know. But in the absence of one's presence happened something not so funny and happy, but something so deceitful, frightful, simply unbelievable, and well, crappy. Where was your mind? How could you think to act upon this devilish thought? How could you take the first step that you would subconsciously know would be the one to break our family apart? How can you take that chance and keep on repeating it over and over? Yes, you may have seemed to get away with it for quite some time now, but every lie you vow to hide for this length of time is inevitably bound to break free. The gig is up. And somehow, some way, lies take on a life of their own, where soon the consequences of its hidden agendas has nowhere to go but be shoved out into the open air of truth, now specified. It's out. Play your manipulation games all you want, act all innocent and unknowing, keep begging me to believe the naivety you saw in me, the side that was blind to this all along, the side that has to be strong to believe what you have done wrong, the side that is forced to make an ultimatum choice to choose between your blinding lie or the real truth as told to me by its once silenced ally. Good night.
Yo, please make some noise for Poetic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's go, East. Come on.
Too good. Too good.
Thank you.
Now
That's
that
a
I know that
slam-worthy poem. Amazing, amazing.
Yes. And Ron, thank you. Now that I know how to use this button, I'm unstoppable. We all clapping. We're all making mad noise now. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my God. Okay, boom. So on deck to close us out is Jasmine G. But right now, show some love for Chief.
What up, y'all? Y'all hear me? Yes? All right, cool. Shout out to all the poets in the room, past and present. Here we go. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's soup. Where I'm from, we all know ain't nobody coming. Where I'm from, the only capes we see hang from the back of a do-rag, worn by men society believes can't do right. Spend more time defending than protecting themselves, fighting our demons more than crime. But it's hard to fight crime when you're constantly accused of committing them. In my hood, there was no Batman, just a black man and two Puerto Ricans who worked at the boys club. The three of them were supermen to us. Mr. A taught us to shoot free throws. True story. He would hit like 20 in a row with his eyes closed. He was dead nice from that foul line. Until one day he was found, dead, iced from them foul lines in his arm. Coach Marco taught us how to apply the pressure and attack the press. Until one day leaving the gym, my best friend had to apply compressions after Marco's heart attacked his chest. Our starting five carried him in that box and won. It don't really matter who won the game if God got next. Goose had more muscle than I'd ever seen, yelling, "You ain't hard," as he trained us to lift weights. Irony, he carried the weight of the world until he became a deadlift. Even super strength can't stop a stroke. These were the superheroes in my hood. They didn't need capes to fly, just being present was a superpower to boys growing up without a father. Super dudes always giving back to the youth. I remember how it felt to hear the news of their passing. It taught me one of the most valuable lessons life can teach. Saving the world requires giving what's best of you, not what's left of you. They didn't have super speed, but would run to our defense. Always had our backs, but we never knew they needed someone to have theirs. They never showed stress, never complained, never appeared weak. How is it we grew up masters of hide and seek, but won't raise a bat signal for our emotions so we can find our own peace? We saw them like gods. They couldn't turn water into wine, but turned our whining into manhood. Poured into us until our cups overflowed, but never managed to refill their own. They told us to man up, but never taught us how to grieve. Vulnerability is a man's kryptonite. Heroes shed bullets, not tears. Real men don't cry, but they do commit suicide at a higher rate than any other demographic. No need for a bad guy. Men will be villains when you punish them for being human. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's a pain that not even X-ray vision can see. Superheroes push through pain, grief, and loss in order to serve and protect. They never look like what they've been through. See? A smile hides hurt better than a super suit. To all the heroes of the hood, you can't save the world if you don't take care of yourself first. But salute to you for always pushing through to do a job that can often be thankless. But sometimes you got to take off your cape and make it a blanket.
Yo, make some noise for Chief.
Boom.
Heat. Heat. That's heat.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I quote the whole poem. Every other line is a fucking
bar for bar in the chat.
Woo.
So
Powerful. We
good.
needed that.
Amazing.
Absolutely fire. Thank you so much for that. Woo. Okay, for real though, this is the last call. And I've been saying last call, but this is actually the last call. So closing us out is our very own Jasmine G. Woo, show some love.
Let's go, Jasmine.
How we doing? How we doing? This is a short piece for y'all, but it's not finished yet. It's been in process for like months now, but here we go. My heart begs for a pause, beating heavy and slow, pumping out blood and empathy. My mind is on fast forward, playing a highlight reel of family trauma. My limbs move in reverse. The hands of my ancestors pull my arms back, their bloody prints painting my skin as they yell their battle cry into my waiting ears. We were born to fight because the battles will never stop. Thank you.
Yo, show Jasmine
Yeah.
love.
The finish? What's it gonna look like when it's finished? It's gonna kill something.
Jasmine's the GOAT. Jasmine's the GOAT.
Thank y'all.
Good shit, Jazz. Thank you. All right. Well, my name is Cap, and this has been the Open Room post Final Friday Slam. And by the power invested in me by the New York Poets Cafe and Executive Director La Bruja, it's a wrap. Thank you all for coming out. We love you. Shout out to our slammers. Shout out to our open micers. Congratulations, Ugba. And boom, we live to fight another day. Peace. Thank you.
Y'all can continue to follow the New Eureka Slam journey at neweurekan.org/slam. There's a whole season ahead. Thank you for being